Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, November 4th, 2024. The 2-year anniversary of Second and Short was on Saturday, and Jonathan Taylor just fumbled the handoff in Sunday Night Football. What happened? This is an odd start to the episode here. We're getting Flacco's getting credited the fumble. Okay. Well, yeah. 2-year anniversary of Second and Short was on Saturday. Thank you for everybody that's ever listened to a second of Second and Short. We appreciate it. NFL Week 9 coming to an end. Jonathan Taylor bringing this drive to an end. Well, or Joe Flacco. I don't know. We closed the book on the 2024 MLB season since the last time Colin was here on the podcast. Now we look ahead to today as you're listening because free agency starts at 5 p.m. on Monday night. And we've already gotten plenty of news. We've got a lot of good stuff that we'll cover today. As well as that, we're going to talk about some of our projections for some of the top free agents this offseason. Of course, college football season continues. Week 10 in the books, and it was unreal. We have definitely got some upsets to talk about, some big shifting when it comes to what will be the first college football playoff ranking of the year because we are coming to that time. That'll be on Tuesday. Little programming update. We used to just talk about the AP poll. We'd go through the AP poll, move on. Now, it is going to be me and Colin's personal playoff picture. So each of us making our own predictions on our projected conference champions, the 7 at-large bids, and the group of 5 bid each week as things move on. That's going to replace AP poll. So today, we've got NFL Week 9. We're going to talk some MLB free agency, college football Week 10, then the college football playoff rankings. And, of course, we'll wrap it up with beer bets. Colin, you got another win. Congratulations.
Very close. Very close win.
It was very close. It came down to
Baylor
TCU, which ended, 37-34, I think?
It was...
Yeah. Unreal ending to the week. Got a lot going on. Colin, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm getting over the sickness.
Yeah.
Still with me a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be all right. You'll get past it.
Yeah.
Just got to grind, man. Put your head down, man. Just run the damn ball. Did you guys see that?
No.
Oh, dude, this guy made a great TikTok talking about, how he's just going to run the damn ball instead of being, in real life. Got to focus on something. You just need to get shit done. Just run the damn ball.
The only TikTok I'm on is Xavier Leggett. That's the only TikTok that's been coming up on my For You page.
Yeah. Allergic.
Aspergus.
All right.
Pimples.
Anything we need to cover before we get into NFL Week 9?
No.
Anybody? Nathan? Anything? Nathan's here, of course, as he always is. All right. Well, if we are ready, Nathan, you're doing timestamps this week. Thank you. All right. Thursday Night Football is how we'll start off NFL Week 9. Texans 13, Jets 21. Aaron Rodgers decided to play football in the second half only. He said that himself. He said he decided to be a quarterback for Halloween in the second half of the football game. I agree. He was pretty good in that second half.
CJ Stroud still can't catch a break.
No, he can't.
He got sacked 8 times.
Yeah, his offensive line is abysmal. He has nobody to throw to except Tank Dell. Joe Mixon is still an animal.
Yes.
24 carries, 106, and a touchdown. I think he caught the ball a few times as well. Breece Hall had a decent game. Not bad. 15 carries, 74 yards. I was not impressed by either of these teams. I know the Jets pulled out a good second half victory. They were down 7-0 at the half, end up winning 21-13. But nothing about this game was these teams are for real.
Has there been news if Malachi Corley's been dropped yet?
He ought to be, considering he pretty well dropped himself by dropping the ball.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, 18-yard rush on an end around, and literally an inch before he crossed the line, he fumbled the ball behind him.
Did you see
trying to celebrate too early.
Someone placed a bet for him to be the first touchdown scorer of the game,
and
it would have paid out $10,000.
Yeah, that's brutal. We finally saw what this offense will look like if Aaron Rodgers is on the same page as the wide receivers.
Oh, yeah.
Devontae Adams, 7 receptions, 91 yards, and a touchdown on 11 targets. Perfectly placed passes a couple of times. A couple of those were vintage.
Like his touchdown catch.
Yeah, vintage Rodgers to Adams passes. And then Garrett Wilson, 10 targets, 9 receptions, 90 yards, 2 touchdowns. He looked phenomenal.
including that insane touchdown catch.
Yeah, that touchdown catch. Like I've seen all the jokes about it.
That's catch of the year.
Oh, it's catch of like the decade.
Yeah.
People are saying like little kids in like are gonna be on the playground this week.
Wilson.
Being like, let me Wilson that. Nah,
It's Odell.
it's Odell, or you could shut up. Insane catch.
Yeah.
No doubt, but Odell's was better.
Odell was more like horizontal.
Yeah, it was also a pass interference.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson's catch, though, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Fingertip catch as
To
well.
stay in bounds. I thought he was
Yeah.
for sure out of bounds, like when it.
That, too.
What? You still think it was out of bounds?
Controversial on if it was in
Yeah?
bounds.
It was
you
in
know.
bounds.
I
The
haven't
same leg. He's
seen...
the only one that touched in bounds, just like George
Ooh.
Pickens. He went left foot, left knee. Out of
Oh,
bounds.
but if knee's down, then it's in.
George Pickens went what? Left foot.
Yeah, but knee down, you don't have to get 2 feet. You just need a knee or, like, you need a shin and up. Just saying, shin and up.
It's been a hot topic on Twitter.
Okay.
Also, Devontae Adams says he needs to get Garrett Wilson to the Jordan brand.
Oh.
Because of the shape of this catch.
That is fair. Yeah, that is literally the Jordan logo.
Yes.
That's cool. Is he an Adidas guy?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, good luck. Adidas is kind of killing it right now for football.
And
Addy
think
Zeros,
the
bro.
only main Jordan cleats they have is like Jordan 1 cleats and like Jordan 3 and 4 and 11 cleats.
Yeah, Jordan 11s I feel like aren't that bad for football. They're the right shape. Okay, let's move on though from Thursday Night Football. It was there was a lot that came out of it. It was like entertaining, but it wasn't good football.
Just waiting on Nico Collins to get back.
Yeah, which should be soon. Yeah, Tank Dell was awesome. I kind of said that, but his stats were very good. 6 receptions, 126. Okay, let's start off Cowboys Falcons. Cowboys 21, Falcons 27.
Fuck you, Cowboys.
Dirty birds. Jesus, the Dirty Birds get a win against the Cowboys. It was. Did you guys see how much it cost to get into this game? It was like $250 to get in the door. That was general admission. And guess what? All you Cowboys fans can cry your way back to Dallas. I can't stand you guys. And obviously the big thing that comes out of this is the injuries for the Cowboys.
Yep.
Trayvon Diggs came back from injury, was still hobbling around the field a couple times. And then, of course, Dak Prescott got hurt kind of twice. He cut his hand on a throw, and it was his throwing hand. And then he gets hurt with that. Next drive comes out, hurts his hamstring mid-throw, which looked so weird. Like, you could see as he's going through the throwing motion, he just like locks up and just like opens his hand and made the throw horrible. And so he left the game, didn't return. I guess for like this. What?
Yeah, he has to get an MRI. I think he is getting one tomorrow.
Yeah. He left the game about halfway through the third. Cooper Rush came in. Actually wasn't that bad.
No.
Cooper Rush actually wasn't that bad. CeeDee Lamb also left the game at one point with a shoulder injury. He ended up coming back in
So dumb.
for a 2-point conversion. Caught the 2-point conversion, and on that play, Alford came by and hit him on that same shoulder after he got it.
That a
And you
boy.
could just see him just like, just having to stretch it out. But I have a feeling CD will be fine. We'll see what we get out of that. But this was a fantastic balanced attack from the Falcons. I really liked what I saw. Like, Bijan ran the ball very well.
Bijan's doing Bijan things.
He was
the past
fighting
couple
for extra
weeks.
yards at all times. He caught the ball really well, but 19 carries, 86 yards. Algier got a rushing touchdown. He didn't really do much else in the game. But Bijan also had 7 receptions, 59 yards in the air. Darnell Mooney, 5 receptions, 88 yards. And I didn't even mention Drake London had 2 receptions. One of them, a fantastic physical touchdown catch that he pulled in. And then on that catch, hurt his hip, left the game, didn't come back. So we'll definitely be monitoring that one. Ray McLeod had a touchdown catch as well. Kirk Cousins had a pretty solid day. He really didn't have to do all that much outside of the red zone. 19 for 24, 222, 3 touchdowns. Bijan was doing such a good job of getting us good field position. We also had guys just getting really good run after the catch. So Kirk's job was pretty easy today, and they got the win. And I will give Kirk a lot of the credit. He was getting the ball out a lot. We were getting pressured even without Micah Parsons for Dallas. They were still giving us a lot of heat. And, we lost a fumble, but Otherwise, Kirk looked pretty sound in the pocket, just getting the ball out and trying to avoid any big hits from the blind side, which has been such a problem of his.
Yeah, what's funny is that if you were watching the game, you would assume that the Falcons were blowing the Cowboys out.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's a one-score game.
Yeah, at one point, we were only up by, I think 2 touchdowns at the time, but it was like a weird score to be up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think it was 27-19. Was that the score at some point? Is that right? No. There was it? Or I guess it was before that touchdown. That scored.
It was something 13.
Yeah. It was 27-13, and then they went for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27-13, which doesn't feel like a 14-point lead. The math didn't add up in my head either. And then Colin had said something about why is Bijan still running the ball? And then we realized there's still 5 minutes left, and we're only up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and then the Cowboys score, and I'm like, fuck.
And that's part of the appreciation of Cooper Rush. He did a great job when he came in.
Probably going to start next week against the Eagles.
Falcons did a great job of getting to Dak Prescott. I think we only sacked him a handful of times, probably 3 sacks. Yeah, one of them, Caden Ellis had a phenomenal game. He had 3 hits on the quarterback, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 13 total tackles, 8 solo tackles. Just continuing to do a fantastic job while Troy Anderson has been out. Him and Nate Landman have both been great. You also had sacks for Grady Jarrett and Arnold Ebiketie, who are the only ones that can make anything happen right now on the defensive line.
Yeah, thank goodness Rook's out. I can't stand him.
Yeah. Carl Lawson, from Milton High School and an Auburn Tiger, showing up in the absence of Micah Parsons is only reason he's starting, and he got 2 sacks. His only 2 tackles were 2 sacks. So shout out to the Milton High School graduate.
Yeah, fuck the Cowboys.
Yep.
Rise up.
Yep. Brandon Aubrey, 57-yarder.
That was
Younghoe Koo didn't really have to do much this week. Very surprising.
The 57-yarder from Aubrey looked effortless.
Yeah, we'll talk about an effortless field goal, though. A little bit later, there was an effortless field goal. I don't know about effortless, but it was important, and it's in this game. Dolphins 27, Bills 30. Tyler Bass walks it off. Well, kind of. They still had to kick it off, but walks it off, essentially, with a 61-yard game-winning field goal, which might I add, only happened because he missed that extra point earlier in the game.
He can make the 61-yarder, but he can't make an extra point? Brother.
Yeah, only 2 punts in this game, which is unbelievable. It was a lot of field goals. 5 field goals between the 2 kickers. 5 touchdowns as well. Or 6 touchdowns, sorry. Josh Allen had a pretty solid day. 25 for 39, 235, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He only got sacked once. Tua only got sacked once. He had 2 touchdowns, 231 on 25 for 28. Neither team really ran the ball extremely well necessarily. Devin Achane, God, he is unreal. 12 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Raheem Mostert starting to look like his former self, 10 carries, 56 yards. He only had a long of 16. He had the longest run of almost anybody in this game. Ty Johnson had a 17-yard run. But Raheem Mostert was just 5 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, over and over and over again. He just would not stop. Tyreek Hill having a pretty solid day, 4 receptions,
He's
80
working
yards.
his way back.
Yeah, Devon Achane caught a pass as well for a touchdown.
Thank you, Mike.
He caught 7 other passes for 58 yards in this game. Jalen Waddle had a weird-ass day. 2 receptions for -4 yards and a touchdown with a long of 12. What? What happened? Yeah, I think we saw it, but I don't necessarily.
Final play of the game. They throw a short pass to try to score. They toss it back to Jalen Waddle, who runs about 20 yards backwards.
Nice.
To then have negative receiving yards on the day, and also make Tua Tagovailoa hit the under instead of being in the over like he already was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he had hit the over by about 7 yards, and then lost 20 and hit the under.
That is insane.
I'd be so mad.
Unfortunate for Tua Tagovailoa over bettors.
Yeah,
today.
unbelievably
so mad.
Bad.
That's a rough way to. That's a bad beat, right?
Yeah, that is a
They
bad
say in
beat.
the business.
100%.
That's still not as bad as
Exclamation point problem.
Still not as bad as Malachi Corley.
Yeah, no, Malachi Corley
bad.
probably worse. All right, let's move on though to the next game. Raiders. Oh,
Before
what
we
you got?
go on,
Yeah.
if you're betting on a Malachi Corley first touchdown,
You have a
score,
problem.
You have a problem.
Yeah, call 1-800
That's a
Gambler.
big problem because who the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
If you put more than $5,
I think
If
he
you
put
put more
10.
than $1 on Malachi Corley to be the first touchdown scorer,
Hey, maybe he.
but
has the
sometimes
script.
you want to just throw a long shot out there. You put like a responsible amount, just like
$10
because like
to
like
$10,000.
$5 turns into like 1,000.
that's fair. But at
Yeah.
the same time, you have a problem if you're
Yeah,
betting
maybe like
Malachi
I
Corley.
I would accept anytime touchdown scorer.
Yeah.
First time is crazy.
Like a-
First time is
Like the
crazy.
people who put Patrick Ricard anytime touchdown score
Yeah.
every week,
or like
sure.
Calvin Austin.
they would have hit this week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like sure, he gets like 2 touchdowns a year.
Yeah.
You know, he's bound to hit in 1 week.
I think 1 week
But-
I want to do like a fullback only, anytime touchdown. Whatever the
Parlay?
Yeah, like use.
You're losing. You're gonna lose.
Yeah, that's a free loss.
Three
bro.
leg. It's use.
You're funding
funding
whatever
the house.
company.
Ricard and Dallas's fullback Lupke or
Lipke, Hunter
Yeah.
Lipke.
Those three.
Yeah. What
Trust.
about who's the guy? Alec Ingold.
Oh yeah, no, Alec Ingles got to be
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah. All right. Raiders 24, Bengals 41. Bengals offense finally waking up, finally winning their first home game.
Oh.
Not only their first home game, they were a touchdown favorite at home, which they've lost twice as. Joe Burrow was pretty good. Pretty
Damn.
good. 5 touchdowns, pretty damn good day for him. 27 for 39, 251, the 5 touchdowns. He had a pick, 1 sack. Yeah, we'll talk about that shitter.
My defense was so
foreshadowing.
happy he came into the game.
Yeah. Chase Brown, awesome day as well. 27 carries, 120. And then he also caught 5 receptions, 37 yards, and he had a receiving touchdown. Drew Sample had a receiving touchdown. Andre Yosivas had a receiving touchdown, but Jamar Chase couldn't get in on the party. Mike Gesicki, maybe a career day for Mike Gesicki. 5 receptions, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. But Jamar Chase couldn't get one. 7 receptions for 43 yards for Jamar Chase is criminal. A long of 11. That's how many targets he had. That's unbelievable. I'm not just saying that because I'm a fantasy owner, but I also am. Okay, let's talk about the QB situation for the Raiders. Gardner Minshew was bad, pretty much.
Has been bad all year.
Yeah, always been bad for the most part, except like the first year in Jacksonville. 10 for 17, 124, gets sacked, whatever. He gets hurt, leaves the game. If you already know, the only reason he is starting is because Aiden O'Connell, who took his starting spot, got hurt and had thumb surgery. In steps recently acquired Desmond Shitter.
Desmond Ritter. Let's be nice.
Shitter. And guess what he did?
He threw a touchdown.
He threw a touchdown. 11 for 16 for 74 yards with 1 touchdown. Might be the best performance he's had since the first 4 weeks of last year.
That's Bryce Young numbers for 74 passing yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
As if Bryce Young played the whole game.
Yep. Go to his game log. Let's see what Desmond Ritter's best performance of last season was.
I don't know if I want to look at this.
Well, he had 347 was that crazy ass game he had.
Yeah, but only 1 passing touchdown.
307. Yeah, but he also threw an interception in all of those games except for the 329 and 1 touchdown, which was a win over Houston somehow. Yeah. Might be his cleanest performance, I'd say. Other than 329 and 1 touchdown no picks. Okay. Yeah, Desmond Ritter sucks. I hate him. You know who also sucks? Alexander Madison. Still. That hasn't changed. 9 carries, 36 yards isn't that bad.
Zamir White got in the
necessarily.
end zone.
Zamir White got into the end zone, which is great.
6 carries, 10 yards with a long 4.
Jacoby Myers, well fed.
Yeah.
8 receptions, 105. Brock Bowers got a touchdown. Didn't get quite as fed as past weeks, but 5 receptions, 45 yards, and a
Because
touchdown.
Jacoby
Not
Myers
bad.
is back.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers does make a huge difference for this offense. Not a big enough difference to beat the Bengals. So the Bengals get their 4th win of the year, first at home. And
They're fighting back.
yeah, they're trying. They're trying. And the AFC North is so competitive.
Yeah.
So they really have to try hard. Let's talk about one of their counterparts who was also taking on an AFC West team. Oh, yeah, Trey Hendrickson had 4 sacks. Forgot to mention
Yes,
that
he
part.
did.
Including 7 QB hits, which is unbelievable. Okay, next game, AFC West versus AFC North. Again, Chargers 27, Browns 10.
Oh.
Ugh. Jameis, the magic has worn off, my friend. I'm sorry.
He's back to his prime.
Yeah.
3 picks.
I think he was just trying to even it all out. That's how he likes things. He was 26 for 46, 235. He had a touchdown, 3 picks, 6 sacks. Yeah, the Chargers knew exactly what to do here. I think last week the Ravens got screwed because nobody had watched Jameis start in a while. He'd started for the Saints last year, but that was kind of BS. Nobody had seen him in this offense. We saw him for a week. Jim Harbaugh game plan for him, and it's over. Justin Herbert looked great again for like the 4th consecutive week. 18 for 27, 282, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked 6 times, which is crazy, but also the Browns pass rush is amazing. Jameis got sacked 6, so they were even there. J.K. Dobbins had a phenomenal day, 14 carries, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nick Chubb really could not get anything going. Neither could anybody in the Cleveland running game, but what's new? That's been the problem all year. And in the receiving game for Los Angeles, another guy just steps up, and this time it's Quentin Johnston. 4 receptions, 118 and a touchdown. Ladd McConkey had 5 receptions, 64 yards. I think he got all that in the first half.
Pretty much. I'm pretty sure he was like 3 receptions for like 30-something yards and after the first quarter.
Yeah. It was insane.
It
And
got real quiet.
Joshua Palmer, 2 receptions, 63 yards, and a touchdown on a long of 28. I forgot to mention Quentin Johnston's touchdown was a 66-yard touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, where was he in your lineup? Oh, yeah.
On my bench, but it's Quentin Johnson.
What?
Johnston.
Sorry, yeah, Johnston.
Ston. Thank you.
Yes. Why the fuck would I start him in my lineup?
Who'd you start over him?
Brian Thomas.
Who was hurt all week?
Still played.
2 catches.
And a 2-point conversion. Did I win? Damn right. Shout
That's
out Aaron
true.
Wood. Fuck you, bitch.
All right.
Oh.
Full name. Got
Full
him.
name. Got him.
Yeah, we probably have. He's a bitch. He deserves it.
Wow.
Cedric Tillman had a touchdown. I'd like to point out the fact I noticed this. I noticed this weeks ago. I was incorrectly calling him Peanut. That's a different Tillman. Had no idea. It was a different Charles Tillman. That's why. Yeah, I had those mixed up. So that's on me. Shout out Charles Tillman, Bears legend.
It's okay.
Just wanted to point that out.
I forgive you.
Jerry Jeudy, 7 receptions, 73 yards. He had a pretty good day.
11 targets is crazy.
Let's talk about J.K. Scott.
Oh, no.
He punted a lot. And
7
so did
times.
Corey Bajorquez. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't know if he's Hispanic. Probably. I think that's a pretty Hispanic last name.
Nathan, before we talk about this, you missed an insane new sound key that I invented.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Let's
not
hear
going to
it.
say it now.
No, you have to.
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to mess it up since I just got put on the spot.
No. Former Georgia wide receiver.
Ladd McConkey.
Yeah. But it sounded way worse. Because so earlier in the day, he was way more congested, and it sounded like it was like a robot.
I don't know if it's as good as Raquel.
It's not as good as Raquel,
In
but
the moment,
the first
in
one
the
was.
moment,
The first
Should've
one was
recorded.
really good.
This
I
man
wish
was
I did.
speechless.
Yeah, no, I was dying laughing.
Yeah, what the fuck you just say when somebody's
That's true. Yeah, because and what's better is that he gave me no context. He was just following it on like the Gamecast on his phone, and he just goes McConkey. But yeah, J.K. Scott, who's on Colin's fantasy team, phenomenal day. Well, he wasn't kicking him inside 20, which is weird.
Because he was kicking from his own end zone.
But also, he wasn't really punting that much in the first half. In the first half, he didn't punt that many times, but he punted out of his end zone so many times. Oh, yeah, Cameron Dicker had a rough day. Missed a field goal
Nathan, stop getting upset.
and missed an extra point.
You put up over 200 points.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, the Chargers defense was pretty damn good. Yeah, this game was pretty ridiculous. Colin, why don't you give that name a try?
Which one is it? Oh, dude, I heard him say it all the times. Tuli Tuipulotu.
Yeah, that's it. He had 2.5 sacks. Cam Hart had half a sack. Morgan Fox had 2 sacks. Khalil Mack had a sack. Fantastic day for the Chargers defense. Myles Garrett had 3 sacks. Got to give him his love there, but that's like normal.
Yeah, that's an average day for
Yeah,
Myles
he does
Garrett.
that like every couple weeks. He hit the QB 5 times. Dalvin Tomlinson, 1.5 sacks for him. He hit the QB 3 times. Pretty solid
Herbert
day.
was ready to get out of Cleveland.
Yeah, dude, he was ready to pack it up. 11 QB hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, brutal. Okay. Next game, worst game of the week. Patriots 17, Titans 20 in overtime.
Ugh.
Why did they have to give us more of this game? Like, that was punishment enough. Mason Rudolph does as he does every week. Gets started with a touchdown and then just falls off a cliff for the rest of the game. He actually wasn't that bad necessarily. 20 for 33, 240, 2 touchdowns and an interception. He got sacked one time. Drake May was running his goddamn heart out. Not only did he have a decent day at just passing the ball, 29 for 41. 206 is not the yardage you're looking for, but he was trying to escape the pass rush of the Titans at all times. Yeah, 2 picks, 4 sacks, brutal. But 8 carries for 95 yards is crazy.
Yeah.
That's probably how far Caleb Williams ran side to side this week.
It's a lot better than Ramondre Stevenson, 10 carries, 16 yards.
But he got a touchdown. Yeah, Drake May had 95 yards. They rushed for 110 as a team. Antonio Gibson had 1 carry, -1. They just decided, all right, we're done with him. Shout out JaMychal Hasty, keeping things neutral with his 1 carry for no yards.
So useless in the NFL.
Yeah. Let's look at the Tony Pollard. Almost skipped that. 28 carries, 128. Unreal. He gets the perfect usage with the Titans. They're not good. They won this game. They're not good, but he gets the perfect usage with them. All right, let's look at the receiving game, though. Calvin Ridley leading the way, 5 receptions, 73 yards. Nobody else should be leading the way now that D-Hop's gone. And then Nick Westbrook-Akeen with a touchdown. Nick Vannett with a touchdown. Why?
What's funny is that Tyler Boyd played this game.
Yeah, no targets for Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had a rush attempt.
Did he really? He sure did. Three rushing yards for Tyler Boyd, no receptions. That's insane. Drake May was getting everybody involved, though. Hunter Henry, 7 receptions on 8 targets, 56 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 4 receptions. Glad to see he's back. Ramondre Stevenson had 5 receptions and a receiving touchdown. Demario Douglas had 7 receptions for 35 yards with a long of 21.
That's what's up.
Keyshawn Butte, 2 receptions. And then 1 reception for Antonio Gibson, Austin Hooper, shout out Jaheim Bell, and JaMychal Hasty.
2 receptions on 6 targets is crazy.
For Butte, yeah, that's brutal. Anything good on the defenses for these teams? Was there any redeeming qualities of this game?
Nope.
Not really.
Nope.
Harold Landry, Jeffrey Simmons each had sacks. Arden Key had a sack. Yeah, no. Both of these teams are just so bad. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure this is the matchup that I projected this week to be a tie. And it came down to a game-winning field goal in OT. So I was pretty fucking close. So that's not a bad call by myself, I must say. Nick Folk kicking 2 field goals for a long of 25 is crazy. How long was the other one that was shorter? How do you kick 2 field goals and you have a long of 25?
What's funny is that this game, Joey Sly missed like a 53-yarder earlier in the game.
Oh, he kicked a 21-yarder. Good Lord. Yeah, this game was so bad. Let's move on. Commanders, 27. Giants, 22. A close one. The Tyrone Tracy show for the first half of this game for the New York Giants. 16 carries, 66 yards, and then they just had to throw the ball in the second half. And Danny Dimes looked pretty good.
Not bad.
Second half, he was throwing really consistently. 20 for 26, 174, 2 touchdowns. I think he only had I want to say 12 pass attempts in the first half.
Oh, remember we were tracking it. He had 0 at one point.
Yeah, he had 0 passing
into
yards.
The second quarter.
0 passing yards. I think it was maybe close to halftime. He had 0 passing yards still.
And then he found out, hey, Malik Neighbors is on my team.
He had a passing touchdown, though.
Yeah.
And he had 0 passing yards. Jaden Daniels had a damn good day. 15 for 22, 209, 2 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. Not as good on the ground, 8 carries, 35 yards, but not, a bad day necessarily. Austin Eckler finally kind of finding his spot here. The thing is that he's only doing it because Brian Robinson's still out, which they were clearly missing in this game. There was so many short yardage situations where it just seemed like they couldn't decide what they wanted to do. I think that's maybe a little bit more of a Cliff Kingsbury problem than anything. But despite clearly missing Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler did do a good job in this game. He was catching the ball as well a lot. Chris Rodriguez had 11 carries, 52 yards. Austin Eckler, 11 carries, 42 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Noah Brown caught the ball really well. 5 receptions on 6 targets, 60 yards. Zacchaeus got in here. 2 receptions, 48 yards. Terry McLaurin only had 2 receptions for 19 yards. They were both receiving touchdowns. And both of them pretty solid catches. You had Austin Eckler, 3 receptions, 41 yards. Number of guys just doing their job for the Commanders. You would have liked to seen a bigger margin of victory for them. Yeah. But you still get a good win. And the Giants, in the passing game, huge touchdown late in this game that really made this one close to Theo Johnson for 35 yards. Theo Johnson had a great day, 3 receptions, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Malik Neighbors didn't get involved until like late in the second quarter, ended up getting 9 receptions, 59 yards in this game. Wan'Dale Robinson, unfortunately, had like a negative 10-yard screen pass that kind of ruined his day. So he had 3 receptions, 10 yards for 10, with a long of 10, sorry. So that was kind of brutal. And Chris Manhurst caught a touchdown, which just bothers me. Yeah, out of Canisius. 9th season out of Canisius.
Where the fuck is that?
You guys don't, I don't know where it is, but you guys don't know their logo?
No.
They're the Griffins. Yeah.
Also, there is a chance that Aaron Jones might
be
hurt.
Golden Griffins. What?
There's a chance Aaron Jones might be hurt.
Are you serious?
This whole drive has just been Cam Akers.
Brother. All right. Yeah, Canisius is awesome.
Also, this game is awful so far.
It's in Buffalo. Is it Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, it's so bad.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it once we get there. Enough of Canisius. Let's move on, though, to the next game. The Panthers getting a win. Saints 22, Panthers 23. I said it in like the first quarter of this game. I think it was like 3-0, 6-0, 3-0 something. I just go, I think the Panthers might fuck around and win this game. They did.
Bryce Young, not a horrible day.
Derek Carr was right. He is not a savior. Astute observation, Derek Carr. He was 18 for 31, 236, 1 touchdown. Bryce Young, 16 for 36, 171, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 1 sack. The biggest thing here is Chris Olave, I think, is the biggest story.
Yep.
I think it was first quarter, got absolutely lit up on a play that was called a flag, which was a big trend this week. A lot of unnecessary roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct, hits to the head on defenseless wide receivers. A lot of it. We saw Jordan Poyer do it late in the game against the Bills. We saw this one here. I can't remember who it was that hit Olave. We'll talk about the other ones as we get there, but happened way too many times. Like, I never see that called. Happened a ton of times today. Chuba Hubbard, hell of a day in the rushing game. 15 carries, 72 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 29 carries, 155. Taysom Hill got the sole rushing touchdown for the Saints, though.
I'd be so mad if I was Kamara. I do all that work, and Taysom Hill just casually runs it in.
Back to the Chris Olave thing, though. He got absolutely lit up and just immediately goes still on the ground, which is never what you want to see out of a guy that gets hit in the head. Second concussion of the season. They confirmed it was a concussion, I think, before he even got to the hospital. But he got carted off, taken to the hospital. He's already been released from the hospital. He's good, but he will probably miss some significant time considering it's his second concussion of the season. In the receiving game, though, back to the game, Jatavian Sanders going crazy. 4 receptions, 87 yards for him. Leggett got a touchdown. Colin, say it.
Spurious.
Thank you.
Allergic.
The sole receiving touchdown for the Saints goes to Foster Moreau. But Alvin Kamara was also the leading receiver. 6 receptions, 60 yards for him on 9 targets, which is crazy. The Saints are horrible.
Pasta.
Thank you. The Saints are absolutely garbage. How do you lose to the Panthers?
After what you did to them week 1.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
The Saints are just the biggest frauds of the season after how they started the season.
Yeah, no, they started off and everybody was like,
Didn't they start 2-0?
Yeah. Dude, they won like their first 2 games with like a average margin of like 30 points.
Another 2-7.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Johnny Hecker, good day punting. 5 punts, 3 and 20.
I'm guessing that's your punter, Nathan.
Yeah.
I know the Saints punter had like a 10 or 11 yard rush on like a fourth down conversion.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shout out Hayball.
Matthew Hayball.
One rush, 11 yards. All right, enough of that game. Shout out the Panthers. You shouldn't have won that game. You're stupid. You're trying to get the first pick.
Bryce Young, baby, let's go.
All right, Broncos 10, Ravens 41.
God.
Vegas dared America to bet on the Broncos to cover 9.5 points, and you shouldn't have. It was pretty obvious that that's what was happening here. I talked about it for like the last 2 or 3 weeks on the Friday episodes. That I'm starting to believe in the Broncos, and that's not good. Came into this game and I was like, I can't do it because their only wins are over the worst teams in the NFL, and they showed it. They put up 10 points in the second quarter, and that was it. The Baltimore just kept laying it on them. Lamar was 16 for 19, 280, 3 passing touchdowns, no picks. He didn't run the ball at all. 3 carries, 4 yards. He let Derrick Henry do all the dirty work on the ground. 23 carries, 106, and 2 rushing touchdowns for him. In the receiving game, Zay Flowers, good Lord. 5 receptions, 127, 2 touchdowns, one of those being a 53-yarder.
Me and Grayson were literally talking about, we're like, every week, Zay Flowers gets all these yards. Can he just please get in the end zone? And
I think
next play.
What's funny is I think I said he'll have a day where he has 5 receptions, 150 yards, and that's almost what he did. But
no
I was
touchdowns.
but he would score no touchdowns. He scored some touchdowns this
Literally
week.
the next play after we talked about it.
The next play he scored the first one. Cortland Sutton had a great day, 7 receptions, 122. Troy Franklin making as many comical errors as possible in this game. Starts off the day with an offensive pass interference, I think, or a hold or something, literally on the first drive. And then I think he dropped 2 out of the 3 passes that were targeted at him that he didn't catch.
Yeah, that touchdown catch by Bo Nix was sick.
Yeah, that was thrown by Cortland Sutton as well.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton, great day. Like I said, Patrick Ricard did get a touchdown. We mentioned that earlier, but he got himself a touchdown. Derrick Henry had a 27-yard catch as well. Almost as much as Nelson Aguilar's 29-yard catch.
What's crazy is that Lamar, 19 pass attempts, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
For 280.
Unbelievable day for Lamar Jackson.
Say thank you to Zay Flowers.
Yeah. You know what's astonishing, though, about the Broncos is that they got their asses kicked. They didn't punt that much. And it really bothered me. Riley Dixon punted twice.
For 96 yards?
For 96 yards. None within 20. Will Lutz kicked 1 field goal. They just kept going for it on 4th down. I don't know why. I don't think Riley Dixon punted once in the first half.
1 for 5.
1 for 5 on 4th downs. The Ravens didn't even go for it once on 4th down.
That's like some Eagle shit right there.
Yeah. Like that is like Sean Payton is just, this is going to sound crazy. And I want to just go ahead and put the context out there for why I'm about to say this. In this scenario in particular, in this 1 week of football, where Sean Payton's team went 1 for 5 on 4th down.
Yep.
That's like if Dan Campbell didn't know how to coach. That's what Dan Campbell would do. He would go 1 for 5 on 4th down.
But no, he goes 5 for 6.
Yeah. Also, this is a very obvious stat that Nathan just pointed out, but I do like that he pointed out. The Broncos had 4.7 yards per play. The Ravens had 7.3. That is such a huge gap when both of these teams had the same amount of drives. 10 drives for both these teams. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, let's go on to 4 o'clock games. Jaguars 23, Eagles 28. Saquon, animal. Absolute animal.
Sure.
27 carries, 159, and a touchdown for him. In the receiving game, 3 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. And he maybe pulled off the coolest, instinctual play I've ever seen, which was a reverse hurdle. Backwards hurdle. I don't even know what to call this, but he beats 3 different defenders in this one pretty short run for the most part. Spin moves somebody, and then he just reads that this guy is gonna go up, and the guy even went high, and Saquon still jumped backwards and cleared him. People,
Saquon's an animal.
I just want to stress this to any young football player out there:
Squat.
If you have looked at Saquon Barkley's legs ever, you should know that he's only capable of this because that man squats and he does his box jumps and he does all this shit. to work on his legs.
Yeah, if
you can't jump unless you've got frog legs like Saquon Barkley does.
If you would like to be a running back in the NFL, you need to squat 650 pounds at least.
Yeah.
For like 10 reps.
Yeah, and let me tell you what. You can squat as much as you can, but that doesn't mean that your knees will be okay. Ask Nick Chubb. Yeah. Yeah, he jumped over a man that is 6 feet tall. It was jumping up at him.
Yeah, that was Jerry and Jones from Florida State as well.
He's a Jaguar. He probably deserved it.
Rookie as well.
Speaking of Jaguars that deserve it, can we give up on Trevor Lawrence?
We can give up on Etienne, though.
Can we give up on both of them? Can we give up on Clemson as a program? Because they had a bad weekend. Trevor Lawrence, 16 for 31, 169, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He got sacked twice. He did run in 2 touchdowns on 5 carries, 8 yards. Travis Etienne, 3 carries, 24 yards. Horrible day. Tank Bigsby, much worse, 8 carries, 22 yards. Yeah, I don't know how the Jags were in this game all the way to the end. Makes no sense.
It's because Sirianni just kept going for it
that's
on
true.
4th downs.
Sirianni. Yeah, well, he also was going for 2 a lot.
They don't like kicking extra points.
No, how many times did they go on 4th, though? Because I feel like they did attempt a couple of 4ths that were like kind of surprising. Maybe it was early in the game. I guess they only went twice. They didn't get it either time on 4th down. But yeah, they went for 2 like twice or 3 times. And like a lot of these would have been the difference here. Like at one point, the Eagles were up, 22-16. If they would have gotten that 2-point conversion when they went up 22-0, they would have gotten that 2-point conversion. You make that 3 touchdowns and a field goal, but instead it gets to 16-22. That's a 1-score game. Luckily, Philly ended up scoring a touchdown and missing the 2-point as well.
On an insane catch by Devontae Smith.
Yeah, unbelievable catch by Devontae Smith.
Did you end up seeing it?
Yeah, you should, man.
Okay.
And Trevor Lawrence did get that second rushing touchdown to make it 28-23, just too late in the game. What happened on that last drive for the Jags? Did he throw a pick?
Yeah, in the end zone.
To end the game.
To Dearness Johnson. Why is that the guy you're throwing to with the game on the line?
Who caught the interception for Philly?
N'Kobe Dean.
That's right. Shout out also Cooper DeJean.
Dude's
showing up quite a few times in this game.
Dude, he's good
shout
as
out
fuck. We saw it last week against the Bengals when he was covering Jamar Chase on 4th down.
Yeah, luckily he had a good week. Riley Moss, not so much. Shout out Dan Jackson, though. Dan Jackson, he's coming. He's coming to the NFL. Dan Jackson's a dog.
Probably going to be an Eagle.
Probably. He is. He does go to Georgia. Josh Sweat, 2 sacks. Go Knowles. Josh Hines-Allen, 2 sacks as well in this game. Kind of the primary difference makers on the defense.
Jettas with a sack.
That is Jordan Jefferson.
Yeah, Jettas.
Jeffers. Jake Elliott, stinker. Missed that field goal.
He sucks.
Yeah. He does just love missing a field goal, doesn't he?
That was your guy last year.
I know, but he loves missing a good field goal. Logan Cook, 5 punts, 3 within 20. All right, next game. Bears 9, Cardinals 29. Caleb Williams, you are bad.
This game in general was
quick.
just bad.
Power rank rookie quarterbacks, go.
Number 1, Jaden Daniels.
You tried to say Bo Nix was...
No, number two, Bo Nix.
You were really close to saying Bo Nix was number 1.
Number 2, Bo Nix. Blah, 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 blah. And Caleb Williams.
Okay. Who else is there? Yeah, I was about to say Drake May is probably higher than Caleb. He might be. I think they're on the same level.
Yeah, I think so. If we were to do a tier list,
bro, Caleb hasn't won a game on the road.
Caleb Williams is below Drake May because Caleb Williams has people to throw to, star receivers, and he still can't do shit.
Yeah, I would put Drake May above Caleb Williams.
Yeah, at least Drake May, and I pointed this out last week. Drake May doesn't throw behind receivers on like crossers or any route where somebody comes over the middle of the field, slants, whatever it is. Caleb Williams throws behind his receiver almost every time, which is not only bad, but dangerous to your receivers. Ask Derek Carr, who was getting flamed by Michael Thomas on Twitter, essentially just blaming Derek Carr for Chris Olave's injuries, because it is his fault. He's throwing him into bad spots. Yeah.
There's only one rookie quarterback that is worse than Caleb Williams. Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer. Yeah.
Spencer Rattler is the worst rookie this year.
I agree.
Out of all positions.
Yeah, I need somebody to Photoshop him in a Brahmas jersey.
I don't even think he's good enough to play for the Brahmas.
I need to see him in a Argonauts jersey.
He's going to be coaching Pee Wee football. He's going to be trying to teach his quarterback to do like 360 throws.
Spencer Rattler is going to be like the quarterback's coach for Pinnacle High School in Arizona.
Maybe middle school.
Yeah, he's going to start as the QB coach for the middle school.
Junior Warriors.
Yeah, Caleb Williams does still suck. 22 for 41, 217, no touchdowns, no picks. He got sacked 6 times. Their offensive line also sucks. I'll give him that. DeAndre Swift couldn't run the ball. 16 carries, 51 yards. Didn't really give
Which is crazy because the Cardinals have a horrible run defense.
The Cardinals just have a pretty bad defense in general. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. But the Bears' defense always shows up. Not this time.
Yeah.
Which is unreal. Kyler Murray kind of just had his way. Didn't have to do all that much. 13 for 20, 154. Didn't throw any touchdowns. Didn't throw any picks. Got sacked 3 times.
James Conner did everything.
James Conner.
Same with DeMarcado.
Yeah, DeMarcado had a huge 53-yard run. They got him the touchdown. Trey Benson also had a big touchdown run for 17 yards. James Conner didn't get into the end zone, but he had 18 carries, 107, which kind of set the tone for everybody else. Cardinals did a great job of just scoring.
Trey McBride, baby.
Yeah.
2-yard touchdown.
They got a
run.
safety at the end of the game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it was getting for Chicago. Nathan, can you scroll down real quick so we can see the receivers? Yeah, Trey McBride, like you mentioned, had a decent day. 3 receptions, 35 yards. Wish he could have gotten more
involved. Talk about this for a minute?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about our fellow co-host of this show. Why the hell did he give me Trey McBride?
I don't know.
Yeah, but that trade just...
He gave you Trey McBride and Christian McCaffrey for Calvin Ridley
and DJ Moore.
And DJ Moore had a worse game than Trey McBride, or kind of the similar game. But also Trey McBride won by 20.
I sold DJ Moore after like his best game of the season.
Yeah, and you look pretty damn smart because he's only had one good game of the season. It was that one. Rome Odunze had a fantastic game. 5 receptions, 104.
Yeah,
That's nice.
He's
but it's
to
also
build that connection with Caleb.
Yeah, and I think it's also just because defenses are way more worried about Keenan Allen and DJ Moore.
Yeah, I mean, 10 targets with only 4 receptions.
Yeah, Keenan Allen, and then DJ Moore at 9 targets, 4 receptions. But like I said, Caleb just misses throws. It's crazy. Yeah, Bears, obviously. I think the biggest thing is that I'm going to just kind of just totally steal this take from Big Cat. He was talking about the Bears, and he was talking about the fact that Matt Eberflus is the reason that they're sucking right now. People are turning right back on him. Like, I had turned on him at the end of last season, and I was like, I don't think he should even keep his job, blah, blah, blah. But everybody knew they were getting the first pick, so it was kind of natural that they'd give him a chance. He's getting his chance, and he's blowing it.
Yeah.
Because that Hail Mary was clearly still a problem going into this game. It shouldn't have been a problem going for that team. Shouldn't have been a problem going into Monday. It shouldn't have been a problem on Tuesday. Shouldn't have still been being talked about on Thursday. That game, like that Hail Mary, was still in the minds of Tyreek Stevenson and Kevin Byard in this game. Very clearly. That is the problem. Eberflus has got to do a better job as the coach of this team to get these guys to just forget about that.
Short,
because I don't think he forgot about it.
No,
that's the problem. So yeah, I'm very much turning on Matt Eberflus, especially 4-0 at home, 0-4 on the road. That's not going to do it, especially not in this fucking division.
Especially not if you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
because you know damn well you're not going to have home field advantage in the playoffs.
Definitely not. Not with how you're looking right now.
Nah.
Okay. Next game, a NFC North matchup, and a big one at that. Lions 24, Packers 14.
Weather was absolutely horrible.
A lot of things to talk about here. The weather is clearly the first point. It was pissing rain.
Pissing.
absolutely pissing rain all game. So you come into this knowing, okay, at least until this rain calms down, you're not going to see a lot of passing. But you have to be careful in the running game because Lambeau Field gets slippery. Well, things got slippery, to say the least, for the Lions defense early in this game. In the second quarter, Brian Branch got ejected for hitting the shit out of Bo Melton. I don't think it should have been an ejection. It wasn't even full straight on helmet to helmet. He was shoulder and helmet. It was a little bit late. I'll give him that. It should have been a flag.
Yeah.
It should have been unsportsmanlike conduct or unnecessary roughness, whatever they called it. He should not have gotten ejected. The problem was he gets ejected, then proceeds to just give double birds to the Packers fans.
That's baller.
Which got them another 15-yard penalty.
That's baller.
And the Packers didn't score on that drive.
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah. I believe that's the drive where they kicked a field goal and missed.
Probably.
I'm pretty sure that was the same drive. It's just like, dude, like, and Tom Brady was on the call for this game, and he didn't agree with the ejection. I don't agree with the ejection either. And I think Tom brought up a good point that it was like, you have to see the intent to eject somebody for something like that. That's where I didn't love that call. That's what I liked that Tom said, is that I didn't see intent. I saw a hard-hitting safety who does this all the time coming downhill, and Bo Melton just didn't catch it, and he was just kind of shit out of luck. Yeah. He was going to hit him. He was en route to hit him. And it's just what happened. And like, luckily for Bo Melton, it didn't seem like he got hurt or anything. It was
played the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was a big hit. So that sucked for sure right off the bat, especially when you're already a defense that's out, a defensive player of the year candidate in Aiden Hutchinson. But the Lions just played their hearts out, and it really came down to a pivotal second quarter of football. They were down 3-0 going in the second quarter, strung off 17 points, and just ran away with this game and just held on to it. Jordan Love started passing the ball a lot more in the second half, 23 for 39, 273. Threw a pick as per usual. Didn't throw any touchdowns, though. Josh Jacobs, 13 carries, 95 yards. That man was fighting for every last yard. I will give him all the credit in the world.
In the first half.
In the first half, he had 90 yards. And in the second half, he got 5 more. Emmanuel Wilson had himself a rushing touchdown. And then on the Lions side, Sonic and Knuckles doing their work. People keep being like, that's their nickname? Yeah. I saw it all week for like a whole week. So I'm not the only person calling them that.
Yeah, there's people dressing up for Halloween as Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, David Montgomery, 17 carries, 73 yards. Jameer Gibbs, 11 carries, 65 yards, and a rushing touchdown, which came on 4th and 1. He wasn't even really supposed to get more than that.
It was right up the middle.
The run was designed for him to get the yards, and that's it. And he just found a way up the middle and got the 18-yard rushing touchdown. Let's look at the receiving numbers real quick for these two. Jaden Reed, huge game. 5 receptions, 113. Big day for him. Bunch of other guys kind of doing their normal thing. Like we've talked about multiple times with the Packers, you can't predict who's going to pop off for this team. Nope. Obviously no receiving touchdowns on that side. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a pretty solid day. 7 receptions, 56 yards. He had a receiving touchdown on 7 targets, by the way. Amon-Ra St. Brown, touchdowns in 6 straight games.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fantastic streak. I think... Did Kyron Williams score a touchdown this week? Nope. He did not. So his streak comes to an end. Derrick Henry did score a touchdown, though. So his streak, I believe, is at 9. I believe is what he's at. Kyron Williams, I think, was at 7. So his ends at 7.
No, I think it might be flipped. I think Kyron.
I believe Derrick Henry had the longer one.
I'm not sure. Look it up.
I don't know. I saw something on TikTok about it this morning.
Because I swear, like, Kyron was about to, like, hit double digits or something.
Oh, Kyron might have been at 9. Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, meanwhile, we'll talk a little bit about this game. What do you think it was that the Packers... Did the Packers do anything wrong, or is it just that this Lions team is just, like, kind of an immovable force?
I think the biggest thing is that Jordan Love's just not 100%.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's hard to win games when your quarterback's not 100%.
Definitely.
Because he's moving very limited. We saw like when he would try to roll out, he's not able to get that full hip rotation
and
everything like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think he was a little bit limited there, and I think that's why we saw so much action from Josh Jacobs early. Like we talked about the rain, but I think on top of that, it's just Jordan Love was pending all week.
Yeah,
and it was trending towards him starting pretty obviously by the end of the week, and then they finally called him active this afternoon. But I agree with you. I think that the injury was a little bit limiting to him.
There's such a big emphasis on his O-line. Is like, do not let him get hit.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that you've got interior offensive linemen that are hurt, and then Jordan Morgan, the rookie, horrible look so far for him. The rookie, I think he was 26th overall out of Arizona. He gets called for so many penalties. He gets so many holds. And it is not okay because when you're facing a pass rush, even without Aiden Hutchinson, like the Lions have, you gotta be clean, or you're gonna get caught because these guys could rip right through you, and you're gonna get caught on holds, and that's what happened to the Packers a couple times.
And they were attacking his side all.
Game. They were all over Jordan Morgan. It was pretty brutal. Nathan, we got anything on that stat?
While he doesn't, we can.
We can briefly mention the Rams game. Rams 26, Seahawks 20. We'll talk about the fact that Kyron Williams didn't score a touchdown in this game. Rather close a couple times.
Yeah.
They got down to it a couple of times. Did not get it done.
Geno Smith still sucks.
Geno Smith does still suck. DK Metcalf was still injured.
Yeah, JSN does not.
Yeah, JSN does not suck. Despite the fact that Geno Smith does, JSN was finding ways to look amazing in this game. Making, improbable catches and whatnot. I think the biggest thing that kept this game close was the fact that Puka Nacua threw a punch early in this game and got ejected.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I will give Puka the credit. The pass was intended for him. It gets picked off. Puka gets up and immediately starts getting blocked, which is what the defensive player should have done.
Wasn't really getting blocked. He was getting, just shoved.
Yeah, which is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just kind of chip him there.
They were already by him.
I know, but that's what guys do. You'll see it on every single play where that happens.
Yeah, I mean,
guys
you can watch the video. It wasn't a block.
No, but still, he's just pushing him. The guy's already passed him. He pushes him a little bit harder just to, kind of get him out of play. Because, look, you don't want to have DK Metcalf running down Budda Baker or Julio Jones running guys down. Like, we've seen these videos before. You put that wide receiver on their ass or you didn't do your job.
Yeah.
So I get why he was doing it. Well, he pushes him pretty hard. Puka stays on his feet, and Puka just immediately swings at his helmet. Of course you're getting ejected. You can't throw a punch, bro. Come on. And that was just stupid because it's like, we waited all week. Is he going to be healthy? Is he going to be healthy?
He's healthy.
He's ejected. Like, come on.
All right, Nathan's got something.
All right, what do we got?
Kyron has ended his streak at 10 games in a row. Derrick Henry continues his at 10 games in a row.
Okay. So Derrick just
gets
takes
one
his spot.
next week.
He's not getting one next week. Who are they playing?
Fucking better.
Who are they playing?
They play. Where the frick is the mouse?
In
your hand. On Disney Channel.
Mickey?
Nah, Minnie.
They're playing the Bengals.
Oh, yeah. Derrick Henry's getting a rushing touchdown, dude. Definitely.
Then they play the Steelers and the Chargers.
Steelers, maybe not. We'll see.
Chargers probably. Eagles probably. Giants probably. Then the Steelers again.
We'll see. We'll see how the first time around with the Steelers goes. He might score a touchdown every game this season.
Yeah, the rest of the games are literally Bengals, Steelers, Chargers, Eagles, Giants, Steelers, Texans, Browns.
Oh, man. I think Derrick Henry might.
Has anyone ever gone an entire season as not a quarterback?
I feel like
every game.
LaDainian Tomlinson's single season rushing touchdown record is unbelievable. I feel like he might have. I think he had 28.
Yeah, I want to say LT did.
But I don't know. He might have just missed it on one game and had so many multiple touchdown games because they were only playing.
Did AP not do it?
I don't think so.
I swear AP did it.
He had a 2,000-yard season. So did Derrick Henry. But I don't know if he had the touchdowns because the Vikings weren't great when he was doing super well. Obviously, because he was doing well because he didn't have a quarterback. Enjoying that water, man?
Yeah.
All right.
Hydration.
Yeah. What are we looking at right now? What were you looking at, Nathan?
I don't know.
Oh, LaDainian Thompson's record. That's right.
Yeah, the Rams take this game.
Yeah, the Rams took this game, and Cooper Kupp had a good day, but Matthew Stafford did not look good.
No.
He didn't. He just...
Not until that last drive.
Yeah, that last drive, he looked really good. Shout out Cameron Kinchins.
Oh.
Clutching the hell up.
2 picks.
2 picks late in this game.
One for a pick six, 103 yards.
Yeah, 100.
From the opposing end zone to their end zone.
Yeah, 103 yards by Cameron Kinchins. What a call by us. We loved Cameron Kinchins going into last year for Miami.
Dude's NFL ready.
He was NFL ready, and he was ready this week. That's for sure. He was NFL Week 9 ready.
Yep.
He was a dog. What do we got?
28 regular season touchdowns in 2006 with 4 games without a touchdown.
That's more impressive.
He had 31 total. He had 4 games without a touchdown.
That's way more impressive.
That's insane.
Than rushing for a touchdown every game.
He had 2 games with 4.
Oh my God.
And 3 games with 3.
Holy shit.
I wish he was on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
And in one of those weeks with 3, he also had a receiving touchdown, so he had 4.
Oh my God.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
Probably
pretty
not-
good.
I mean, the thing is, he was not rushing anything. Actually, he had some insane fantasy games.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Like this one where he was 172 yards, 3 touchdowns, 3 receptions for 20 yards.
Okay, so that's 17 points from the rushing
Plus, who knows
yards.
how long they were to get the bonuses.
Well,
and all
yeah,
that.
no, fuck that. 17 points from the rushing yards, 18 points from the touchdowns.
Yep, so he's at 35.
What
Plus
else?
3 receptions.
So
for
3
20
points,
yards.
2 more points. So 5 more points than
Yeah,
that.
So
40.
40. That's 5 more.
Damn.
And that was
That's no bonuses. But yeah, but that's no bonuses.
that's no bonuses or anything. Who knows? He could have had 3 or 2
Yeah.
yard touchdowns.
Yeah. Okay. Enough of that. Let's look at the numbers real quick for the Rams Seahawks, just in case somebody had a great game we didn't realize.
Braden Fisk.
Yeah, Braden Fisk. Other than the fact that on one play, Braden Fisk and Jared Verse both went offsides on the same play.
Yeah, biggest number. Geno Smith got sacked 7 times.
Yeah, that was bad. Well, he also threw 3 picks. So which one's worse? He threw for
I'm gonna go
363
7
yards
sacks.
and 3 touchdowns. But yeah, 3
Because
interceptions.
a lot of those sacks were on 3rd down.
That's true. Yeah, what was their 3rd down conversions? I feel like Seahawks just were not converting 3rd downs whatsoever. Yeah, 4 for 15. Well, the Rams weren't much better either. 3 for 13. Yeah, both teams really bad on 3rd down in this game. Seahawks good on 4th down. Shout out Mike McDonald and Ryan Grubb.
Yo, Nathan, remember when we were talking about how the Seahawks have a very bad rush defense? Kyron didn't do shit.
Yeah, absolutely nothing for him. 22 carries,
And
69 yards.
his line was like 100 and something
Oh,
yards.
I'm not surprised. I probably would have taken it. Kenneth Walker, 25 carries, 83 yards in this game. The big story is JSN. We talked about how good he was. If you didn't see his numbers, 7 receptions, 180, and 2 touchdowns. Unbelievable day. Unbelievable day for JSN.
Still won't be enough for you, Luke. I'm sorry.
Tyler Lockett also getting himself a touchdown on 3 receptions for 63 yards. Cooper Kupp, like we mentioned, 11 receptions, 104 in the absence of Puka for pretty much the entire game. Demarcus Robinson got himself 2 touchdowns, one of them the game winner in overtime. 6 receptions, 94 yards for him and those 2 touchdowns. So pretty eventful game. I will say that. It came all the way down to the end. Some clutch plays from, like we talked about, Cameron Kinchins, and, of course, the catch by Demarcus Robinson. What just happened to you?
I was just like listening, and like I could hear like almost like a dog whistle like from that mic, and it was just like,
I believe that's called tinnitus.
but my ear was just like ringing so loud.
Oh, that happens to me often. Yeah.
But like that was like painful.
Yeah. I've gotten used to it.
Ow. That was like the first time that's ever happened to me.
Welcome to the club, I guess.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't get that like often?
Yeah, no, I
No.
get it probably like once or twice a week.
Yeah, I get it maybe 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
No, that was like the first time.
And it's
ever
always
that
my
it's
right
happened.
ear. Is it always your right ear?
I don't think I've noticed. Mine, I think, switches every now and then. I feel.
Okay.
like.
Yeah, I feel like mine's all. It's happened to
Yeah,
me
have you
a
really
number of
never had
times
that?
during this podcast.
That's never
Yeah.
happened to me before. It was
Sometimes
so weird.
Sometimes it makes my mind go blank for a second.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
my
because it's like the
entire-
only thing you can think about. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
like I just
oh,
like
shit,
in
there's
my
a
head,
lady
like
in here.
It's happened while we've been recording here, like with you guys. Like I'll just be sitting here, and then like all of a sudden I'll just be like, can't hear out of my right ear.
Yeah.
Just kind of in my
I
mind.
can't believe
think
that's never happened to you.
It's never happened.
Weird.
It's so weird.
Hmm.
Not as weird as what we're about to
Now
talk
you're,
about.
now you're about to get it more often.
Probably.
What are we about to? Oh yeah, this Sunday night football game is what we're about to talk about.
Knows something. He checked his phone and then said something.
Are we starting it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will Reichard's 0 for 2.
What the fuck? I'm gonna lose in fantasy to Mike.
Yeah, he is negative 2.5 points right now.
Brother. we need some 60-yarders, Willie.
This game is just bad.
And Aaron Jones is sucking. Wait, yeah. How did the Colts score a touchdown?
A fumble.
Oh, fumble recovery by Kenny Moore.
Yep, Sam Darnold fumbled.
Good God. 0 for 2 for Will Reichard. What are the distances on those?
One was like a 50-yarder, and I think
The other one must have been close if it was a 50-yarder.
31 yards.
Oh my God!
Hit the right upright.
Come on, I got doinked.
But the thing is, Matt Gay's 0 for 1, so field goals this game is 0 for 3.
Jesus.
I don't think it's raining.
Oh my God.
It might be raining.
They're inside. U.S. Bank Stadium is inside.
Yeah. Hey, Nathan asked the question first.
Fuck. Oh my God.
Jettas is off to a great start.
Of course he is. I'm definitely losing right
He has
now.
4 receptions for 74
Dude,
yards.
I lost.
Nah, great. You're only down 8 right now.
Aaron Jones is doing nothing,
He's
and
got
Will Reichard has
7.4.
negative points. Will Reichard is literally taking points away from me.
I'm sorry, man.
And who else? That's all I have left, right?
You have Hopkins,
Oh, yeah. DeAndre Hopkins is going to go off tomorrow.
and he has Kate Otten.
Yeah, who's definitely going off. Kate Otten's going to feast. Oh,
You
man.
can't lose
I
back-to-back
lost.
weeks, right?
I can. I'm about to. Nobody's going to stop me, are they? Mike might. If Mike wants to stop me, he's welcome to, but nobody else can. All right, we're going into half for Sunday Night Football. Not really much to talk about.
No, this game
it's
has
just been a mess.
Awful.
What's the Monday Night Football? Oh yeah, Chiefs Bucks. What do you think, Colin?
Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, me too.
Probably.
Bucks suck.
I'm gonna go like 27 to 24.
Okay. I think I already gave a score prediction. I'm just gonna switch it. I'm gonna go Chiefs 20, Buccaneers 14.
Do you think the Bucks are only gonna put up?
Yeah.
I think Baker's got at least 3.
Chiefs have a good defense.
I think Baker's throwing at least 3 tutties,
Damn.
and then they're kicking 1 field goal.
Okay.
2 tutties to
Mhm.
Rashad White and 1 to McMillan.
Fair enough. Okay. Let's move on from football. We'll give you updates on Rams Seahawks when it comes back from the half. But it is MLB free agency time. It is officially underway. We've got some news topics to hit before we talk about our predictions for the top 10 free agents available. So we'll start with Garrett Cole opting out of his contract with the Yankees. Now, I would like to stress this because I think some people are missing this big point in this. The Yankees can void his opt-out by offering another year onto his contract that would be a $36 million year. And that would keep him under contract through 2029, which is huge. But also, do you want Garrett Cole in 2029?
Probably not 2029. Do I want him next season?
Of course.
Probably.
Of course you want him next season.
I mean, he gave up, 1 hit in the World Series and went 0 for 2?
Yeah.
Or was it 1 hit or 1 run?
I think it was 1 run.
1 run, not 1 hit.
but-
that would be crazy if it was 1 hit.
Yeah, like I would want him next year. I feel like, look, it's a risky game if the Yankees decide not to pick up this because
we can sign him for a 1 year.
well, yes, but I'm saying if you're the Yankees, it's risky to say, let's let him test the market, but no, why don't we just offer him like 2 years, $40 million a year?
Never let him test the market.
I know,
Never
but
let him test the market.
well, it's either you. Thank you, Nathan. I noticed you've been working on that. I will need you to go ahead and download that to my computer so that second one's much better.
Wait, that first one is. It don't line up, man.
Nah, it doesn't quite line up either. Oh yeah, you can see his ears poking out. Yeah, that one's brutal. That one's good. That one's pretty good. Okay. Well, it'll be included. You'll probably have already seen it. It's the Spencer Rattler edit that I asked for earlier. So yeah, with the Garrett Cole thing, my thought is, yes, it's risky to let him test the market, but I don't necessarily know if I want to be paying him $36 million in 2029.
That's fair.
But I'd be down to pay him $40 million in 2025 and 26.
Yeah.
So I think if you offer him 2 years, 80 out the gates, literally, like, you should be offering him that. You should have already offered him that. And he should have already accepted it, but, whatever. I think there was a certain time today. It might be midnight tonight.
Maybe he wants out of New York.
He might, and I wouldn't blame him after how that 5th inning went in Game 5.
Just going to say.
Yeah. I tweeted out, and I said he's going to go back to the locker room, and he's going to pack his things and leave. And he might, along with a number of other players.
Besides the Yankees, what do you think's the top place for him? Back home in Houston?
Back home in L.A. The Dodgers.
No shot.
Dude, imagine.
No shot.
Imagine
they have all these pitchers
that would be the Infinity Gauntlet.
They have all these pitchers that are coming back from injury.
Well, no, but they have so many guys that are leaving. There's so many free agents now.
Yeah, but there's just no way Garrett Cole's going
I
to the
know.
Dodgers.
I know that. I'm just saying.
Because if you stack up that team...
I'm just saying, is there a team out there that is willing to spend the money? They're well over the luxury tax, so they're going to lose their draft picks, whatever.
Mets?
They can afford them. Yeah, the Mets are another one. But, the Dodgers aren't afraid to spend more money. Why not? Why wouldn't they try? He's an LA guy, too. He went to UCLA. I don't want it to happen. I'm just putting it out there. Okay, cool. Thanks for your opinion.
Doing my inner villager.
Thanks. No, that's like the zombies.
Oh, yeah,
when there's like zombies outside. All right. Well, you have a different landing spot in mind? Don't say Mets. Just don't put that out there, please.
No, the biggest one that
Don't
came to
want
my
that
head
to
was
Houston.
going back to Houston.
Houston's in a weird spot.
They need pitching so bad.
Dude, the only guy that's on that team from the 2017 World Series is Jose Altuve. Because Alex Bregman is a free agent that we'll be talking about later.
Mm.
That's crazy. The only position player.
Kyle Tucker?
Nope, he wasn't. He came up in 2019.
Wow. Really?
Jordan wasn't on that team.
Well, I figured that.
Yeah. Pretty crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah. No Correa, no Springer, no Josh Reddick. None of them. Crazy. Okay, Braves. They made 2 re-signings. Aaron Bummer, which I guess, okay.
I like it.
I don't love Aaron Bummer, but that's just because I was kind of clouded by the first half of the season. He did turn it up in the second half. Reynaldo Lopez, I'm so glad we brought him back. Super happy about Reynaldo. And I think the biggest thing is that we saw him pitch in person, and it was so unbelievable. Like I've seen a lot of pitchers pitch in person. I've seen Max Fried pitch in person. I've seen a number of other Braves pitchers and other pitchers in the league pitch in person. Reynaldo Lopez was extremely fun to watch and very entertaining at pitching. So I like Reynaldo Lopez a lot. Jock Peterson declined his option and will become a free agent, so he will no longer be a Diamondback. That one's certainly going to be interesting. I don't think he's coming back to Atlanta.
We need.
We don't need a corner outfielder.
But we need.
We already traded Jorge Soler. We don't need a corner outfielder.
We can teach him to play second base, shortstop.
No. He's a lefty.
Change the narrative.
No. Speaking of lefties, Cody Bellinger picked up his player option and will not be a free agent, so he will remain with the Cubs. Probably a good idea. Yeah. Not a great season for him. So keep feasting off. I think he's making like 27
I bet he wishes he was still in L.A. right now.
Yeah. He won that World Series 2020 though. So
yeah,
he'll be fine.
This one would have been better than 2020.
Definitely. It's not Mickey Mouse.
Bless you.
Thank you. The Royals re-signed Michael Wacha to a 3-year, $51 million deal. Huge deal for Michael Wacha. Shout out to him. I think the biggest thing was their priority of just keeping that top 3 together. Cole Reagans, Michael Wacha, Seth Lugo were fantastic all year. Keep it together. Why not? Maybe, and even in the playoffs, those 3 pitchers pitched well. So I don't want to take that away from him either. And then this one was really surprising. It came through kind of while we were sitting around watching football. The Brewers declined Devin Williams' club option, and he will become a free agent.
Now he's coming to the A.
Man, I hope so.
We need him in Atlanta so bad.
Dude, I would buy Braves season tickets just to watch that curve or that changeup every night, bro.
8 and 9. Flip them whichever way you want. Devin Williams and Rafael.
Bro, And like AJ Minter's a free agent. I don't even need him anymore.
Nah.
We've got our setup man, and whoever's going to be the worst of the two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Aaron Bummer will pitch the 7th.
Maybe the 6th.
It depends on
Maybe
who's
our
starting.
starter will go 7. And
Reynaldo will go 5. Noah will go 5. Bummer will go 6 and 7. I'm kidding.
No, we'll throw Pierce Johnson in
Yeah,
there.
Pierce Johnson can hop in.
Just kidding. Get him the fuck out of Atlanta.
I agree.
I hate him so much.
All right, let's go through these top 10 free agents and give some predictions. We'll start with Juan Soto.
He's
Obviously,
not going to be a Yankee.
Definitely not. They fucked up that opportunity. Soto wants a second ring, but he wants to be the centerpiece for this next ring. That's what I'm thinking. So he wants to go somewhere where they're set up to win, but he's going to be the best player. Because like as good of a player as he is, he was overshadowed by Judge on the Yankees. I think he wants to be the best player because in 2019, he was 20 years old, turned 21 during the World Series, but it was clearly Max Scherzer's team, and Strasburg was even the name there, and Rendon was a bigger name than Juan Soto that year. So I think Juan Soto wants to be the guy on a World Series team, but where is that for him? What do you think?
Maybe stays in New York, but just not with the Yankees.
I think it would be his team.
They're starting to build some pieces.
Yeah, Lindor is great, but
they've
he's not the offensive powerhouse that Juan Soto is.
They've shown that they can win, and they're in a win-now situation.
I agree.
And he improves those chances so much.
Yeah, a corner outfielder.
Go get
would be
Juan
huge for
Soto
them.
and go get a top-tier pitcher, and you can win the NL East.
You could win the NLCS. You almost did it this year.
Yeah.
I would hate that.
Yeah.
As a Braves fan, I would hate that so much. The thing is I think he's just got to be in a big market now because of the player he is.
Just send Juan Soto to the Royals.
That's what I'd love to say. I would love to put him on the
and Bobby
Royals or the Tigers.
I don't think the Tigers.
Wouldn't
do
he
they have
just
enough?
eat?
Do they have enough?
No.
They don't have enough.
No. None of them would be willing. Nobody in the AL Central would be willing to spend that money.
Guardians?
No, they don't spend money.
Yeah, but that's a win now situation.
It is. Oh,
Do you
dude.
ship off Steven Kwan and pick
Could-
up Juan Soto?
Could the Mariners fork up enough money?
They're not. I don't think they're in a win now situation.
I think with the pitching staff they've got,
Yeah, but that's just
every hitter they pick up sucks. Whether they were good before or not.
exactly. So if they get Juan Soto's just going to become horrible.
But I don't know if that's the case. I think he's good enough to not do that. Randy Arozarena and Juan Soto are very different. I think Juan Soto, I hate to say this, Juan Soto's the best two places for Juan Soto to be are both in New York.
Mm.
That's his two best options, I think, which sucks.
I have the Mariners that can go out and get someone better and probably for cheaper.
Okay, I like that.
Because they have more positions they need to address than
That's
just corner outfield.
Okay. The next one is Blake Snell. The next one is Corbin Burns. We'll start with Corbin Burns.
The
I
thing
would
is
love
that-
that man in the A.
The thing is, there's an actual chance he can be a Brave.
Yeah, I know. Because we're gonna link every player here except one.
And I know
With the Braves? Oh yeah, you know exactly who that one is. I would like to link every one of the rest of the players except one of them with the Braves. No, two. We don't need Bregman. Corbin Burns would be amazing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Will it happen? I don't think so.
No.
I have a sneaky one, maybe. A team that went out, tried to get a starting pitcher last year, didn't work out. Diamondbacks. I think they're looking to spend money on pitching. Jordan Montgomery clearly was not the answer for that. But Corbin Burns is out there. The Diamondbacks have a team. They've got a team. It's just the second half of the season last year, their pitching was so bad, they couldn't do anything. Could not help themselves out. Yeah, Corbin Carroll took a little bit of a turn for the worse. Sophomore slumps happen. I think he bounced back this year. Ketel Marte was one of the best players in baseball for like 2 months. And Christian Walker is consistent as always. He's also a free agent, which is a hot topic. But I think Corbin Burns would be a fantastic ace for that team. And he gets to compete in the NL West, which is super competitive. Diamondbacks were one of the best teams in baseball still. Like, they were still up there. They almost made the playoffs. They were super close. They just kind of got, kind of pretty shit right there at the end. But I think that's my favorite spot for him to land, would be the Diamondbacks, other than the Braves, obviously.
I got you. So my favorite spot would be up, the Northeast a little bit. Boston.
Ooh.
The Red Sox. They need pitching. They need it bad.
My problem with the Red Sox, with any big free agents,
Their offense is fine. They just need guys that can go on the mound and give them 6 or
but
7.
we also do this every year. We link top free agents with the Red Sox every year, and they never get them.
Yeah, but this year, part of me thinks
It's just because they can't win. They will not win without these big players, and we keep linking them all summer, and they keep linking themselves with them and not signing them, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, shit, it's February.
Yeah. The thing is, he could also go back home.
He could go to Milwaukee. That'd be weird.
He could easily go back to Milwaukee because Milwaukee has Freddie Peralta.
They need the pitching.
Yeah.
No doubt. They need the pitching. And they've got a hell of an offense now. Like, that was an offense that, like, I know they weren't great in the playoffs, but also Christian Yelich was out, and I think one other batter was out, and I can't remember who it was. But they're missing 2 key batters. That's a huge thing. I don't hate that. I don't see him going
I can
back.
see someone else going to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But there is that possibility that he could go back.
I
'Cause
would.
He enjoyed,
mind
pitching for Milwaukee.
Yeah. I like that. Okay. What about Blake Snell? I think he was a weird one because he was kind of similar to what happened to Jordan Montgomery. Both of them were coming off of great seasons, but waited way too long to get a deal, signed late, didn't get a spring training, therefore waited like a month, 2 months into the season to get their first starts. Snell started off shaky, still ended up having a pretty solid season out of it. Is he still a guy that's in demand, is my question. Is he going to go out and get the money he was looking for last year? Because I don't think he really proved anything more. He won the Cy Young 2 years ago and didn't prove enough.
Yeah. No,
So
he's definitely going to have to lower his price a little bit. He's a guy I would not hate to see because I think we need to get another lefty besides.
Yeah, with Fried leaving.
Yeah. We need to partner another lefty with Sale.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we don't know what Sale we're going to get next year.
Yeah, and also we don't know what Strider's going to look like coming back from the injury.
Probably going to throw like 110 with his robotic arm that he has.
We'll see, but we don't know what type of Spencer Strider we're going to get. We don't know what type of Chris Sale we're going to get because we somehow got an almost perfectly healthy season up until the final day of the season.
The one day we really needed him.
Yeah, well, not just that day. It was the days right after that we really needed him as well.
But I will tell you this. I know exactly where Blake Snell's going.
Where's he going?
He's going up north. Toronto Blue Jays.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. I like that because the Blue Jays can contend. But it seems like
so
the thing about the Blue Jays is they lose at the worst time, which is they start playing like shit right before the trade deadline every year.
So
they can't go out and be buyers. No, they can't go out and be really competitive in the buying market because they always get bad right before the trade deadline.
Yep.
And you can't find any consistency from Bo Bichette on a year-by-year basis or even a month-by-month basis.
He can't stay healthy for a full season.
Same thing for Vlad.
Oh, dude.
George Springer's been whatever. He's clearly aging.
It's kind of getting washed.
Yeah. You can't get guys to stay. Chapman came in and he went. Right before that, Marcus Semien came in, he left. Like, they can't get guys to hang around for long enough to build anything there.
Yo.
That's why I don't know if they're going to be that active in the free agent market. But also, the fact that they went out and got Semien in past years and got Matt Chapman in past years shows like they're a place that people want to play for. So I like that take with Blake Snell.
And they had a really big fall off with, a couple years ago, their number one guy, Manoah.
Yeah.
Fell off the face of the earth. They need a number one. They don't have a number one. Jose Barrios is not a number one.
I agree with that. My spot for Blake Snell, and this one might be a little interesting, I think it's just we saw how bad their rotation struggled at points. They're kind of led by a very much aging starting pitcher. I think Blake Snell should go to the Astros.
Yeah, he could easily do that.
Yeah, I think that's the right fit. They have a lot of young guys at the bottom of that rotation that at times look good.
Yeah,
Framber is sometimes fine, sometimes really bad.
Dum give me gum.
But I do think that Blake Snell would be a great piece for that rotation.
He's back.
Yeah, TJ Hawkinson in the game.
What is that? What was that?
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so those are our spots for Blake Snell. What are we thinking for Alex Bregman?
Oh, dude, I can't.
He can go anywhere.
I know, but I can't see him anywhere besides Houston.
I know. I would like him to just re-sign in Houston.
The Mariners?
That's what I was thinking, but also they just picked up the option. Or no, that was the Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks picked up the option on Eugenio Suarez.
Mariners need a third baseman?
I do think they need a third baseman.
And he's one of the guys that I was talking about earlier where he could probably get him for...
Yeah.
He hasn't really balled out
Yeah. What about the Tigers?
for a while.
Go play for his former manager, AJ Hinch.
Maybe.
Who's the Mets third baseman? I feel like that could happen.
Was it Beatty?
No, I don't think he was playing at the end of the year.
Was it Iglesias playing third?
It was Vientos. Was he playing third?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they don't need him.
They're keeping
they're keeping Vientos. I think the Tigers would be my pick, especially the AJ Hinch connection might push that over the edge. What are we thinking for Willy Adames? Top shortstop for sure in this class or in this free agency class. What do we think? I'd love him in Atlanta.
My heart wants to see Orlando Arcia gone.
Me too. Replace him with his replacement in Milwaukee.
with a better fielder and a better hitter.
Yeah, I agree.
But realistically, oh man, who needs like a
lot of teams need shortstops, man. It is not a good time for shortstops right now.
Giants?
Yeah. Who were they running last year? Paul DeJong? Is that their shortstop?
Nah, he went to the White Sox and then somewhere else.
That's right. Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know. Dude, the thing is, that's just so weird. I just don't.
Yeah. I just don't think but then again, not all these guys are going to end up in winning situations. That wouldn't be that bad.
You just lost your franchise shortstop.
That's true. Who's the guy that came up though that was playing pretty good at shortstop, at least defensively? Caballero, is that his name?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't really pay that much.
No, there was not much, and they're not
baseball
even
this year.
They're not even gonna be able to play in Tampa.
No.
For this year.
Yeah, where are they gonna play?
I don't know.
They have to play some like minor league field.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll go to like Jacksonville, maybe Jumbo Shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't know. Colin just ripped ass. Yeah,
he's coming to Atlanta.
Atlanta's the only place I can think of. Let me see, like, if anybody has a landing spot for him.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here just like trying to think.
Yeah, I cannot really.
Just like if I think of someone, I'm like, okay, Cardinals, they have Mason Wynn.
Yeah.
Royals, Bobby Witt.
So okay, Dodgers. We didn't really think about Dodgers. Do need a shortstop.
They got Tommy Edman now.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be an everyday starter at shortstop for an entire season. That was a great pass. Touchdown, Jordan Addison. The 5 fits that Fox Sports has is Dodgers, Giants, Braves, Blue Jays, Tigers. I don't mind the Blue Jays with Bichette's inconsistencies. I see you doing the we bring the boom. I like the Dodgers pull, though. I would say the top 3 there are the real contenders. Dodgers, Giants, Braves.
Tigers?
Tigers, maybe. I don't know.
I think Baez is gone.
Yeah, I know. I don't know who was at shortstop for them in the playoffs. All right, let's talk about Max Fried. He's not coming back.
I think he's going to L.A.
I think he is too. Which
I think
sucks,
that's
dude. It sucks.
How bad the Dodgers.
They don't even have the Dodgers on this list, which is reassuring.
If he goes to the Mets,
oh man. I think Padres.
Really? Because I think D-backs would be a better fit than the Padres.
Still goes to California. They get the left-handed starting pitching that they were missing this year.
He doesn't want to face Freddie multiple times.
Bruh, get over it. They're going to pay him, and he's going to be in California.
What are you looking at me for?
What? Oh.
Is that Spencer Rattler?
Spencer Rattler working at McDonald's. Yep, we're going to need that one, too.
Put bread in the big.
Red Sox. He better not go to the Red Sox. That would be so stupid.
His career will die at the Red Sox.
Dude, he's already 31 years old. Can't go to the Red Sox.
It's got to be.
I think it's Padres or D-backs. I think that was a good take.
I think it's an NL West team.
Yeah.
Dodgers, Padres, or D-backs.
I agree.
Because you know damn well Freddie's trying to recruit him over there right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He probably has his son on the phone talking to Max Fried like, will you come play with my daddy?
Yeah. All three of them are saying it in unison.
Yeah.
Like, come home. Come home.
All right. Pete Alonso. What are we thinking for Big Meat Pete?
Don't care as long as it's not to the A.
Yeah, he's not coming to Atlanta, that's for sure. Should he go to the Yankees?
I mean,
They need a first baseman. They're not bringing back Rizzo.
and he will hit a lot of home runs in that park.
Yeah. Also, Mariners, don't sleep on. Ty France obviously lost his job. He sucked. I think the Mariners wouldn't be a bad one. They were always looking for bad hitters. So,
I think for Pete Alonso's mentality and the way he plays,
yeah,
New York Yankees fit him the best.
I agree. Yeah, he can go
But
for
they
the
also
stash.
But they also have Ben Rice.
Shut up, dude. I think the Yankees is the best fit, which I'm sure Luke is not happy about.
What were his best fits?
His best fits were Mets, Astros,
Yeah, I mean,
Mariners, Yankees, Giants.
I think the Mets would be dumb to get rid of him.
I agree, but also there's been so much weird tension between the two.
Throw it again.
Yeah, exactly. And then like you had him like intentionally not chasing pop flies at the end of not this past season but the year before. Like weird situation for him. What are we thinking for Teoscar Hernandez? A return to Seattle doesn't sound that bad. I just don't think he'll go back, especially because they got Randy.
Oh no. There's one. I'm trying to think of this one team. Yes, KC.
Ooh, I like that a lot. That is actually on this list of best fits
Because he'll replace Hunter Renfroe.
Yeah, I really like that. And look, he got his ring. He doesn't necessarily have to go into a win now situation.
No,
but he wants to go into a playoff situation
he
for
can
sure.
go to a place where he can be like a star.
Yeah, he can. He'll really get his shine.
Yeah.
He'll really get his shine. This guy's a home run derby champ, all-star. Like
I still can't believe he won the home run derby. Wasn't
Yeah.
he like least favorited to win?
probably, at least somewhere in the point he was. But yeah, they have the Braves on this list, which I think is crazy. We can't crowd the outfield anymore.
We have Harris,
Michael Harris, Ronald Acuna, and
Kelenic.
Kelenic take up those three spots. Now, look, I would gladly take Teoscar Hernandez over Kelenic.
Yeah.
But I think Kelenic provides pretty good defense. Probably better than Teoscar Hernandez.
And his offense got better.
His offense got better, and it provides us a lefty bat in the lineup.
And he's cheaper.
Definitely cheaper.
And we can always platoon him with some of the extra guys that we have
Yeah.
for the outfield.
But the thing is, he's not going to be a DH because Marcelo's got that spot locked down.
Yeah, he locked it last year.
Yeah. And every time they put him in the outfield, he more cements that he should be the DH.
Not as bad as Jordan in left field, though.
That's true. So I don't think Teoscar's coming to the A, but
No, I like the Royals pick.
I think it's Royals or he re-signs with the Dodgers
Yeah.
because it was only a 1-year deal. It might have just been try it out, see what happens. He certainly reset the market for himself. He's going to get a lot more money. All right, next player, Anthony Santander, another corner outfielder. What do we think here? I'm going to read this stat. I love this. Very short list of hitters with more home runs than Santander over the past 3 seasons. It's Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Schwarber, Pete Alonso, and Matt Olson. That's it. That's impressive. I think he should go somewhere where he is going to have hitters in front of him that are constantly on base because that's what he had in Baltimore. It's just there were a lot of young guys. Like this man, this past season, 44 home runs, 102 RBIs. That's phenomenal. But imagine he was doing it on a team that was going to do something in the playoffs. We all knew going into the playoffs the Orioles weren't going to do anything. And they didn't. I think the Royals would be awesome. They're another one where it's just, they're a relatively young team, but I think they showed this year that they can go out and do it as well. I think the Reds would be a fun young team to be a part of as well. If you're looking to win, I think the Diamondbacks are a good option. He could definitely get out in right field and play every day.
What about the Pirates?
Are they in a situation to make the playoffs next year? They're already pissing off Paul Skeens. I don't know.
Cardinals?
Are they in a position to win?
I'm trying to think of we haven't talked much about the NL Central.
Yeah, I know.
Doing it.
But they're not a hot place to go.
Yeah.
I think the Reds would be the best NL Central team to go to right now.
Yeah.
Other than the Brewers, but I don't think the Brewers really need a corner outfield. They don't need any outfielders. Right now.
I like Royals or Blue Jays, honestly.
I think the Reds are sneaky I think the Reds could be in the conversation, but I agree with you. I think Royals and Blue Jays are my favorites too. Okay, let's talk about Jack Flaherty. It's our final one. He's an interesting case because the playoffs were the biggest part of this. He really wasn't that great.
He was horrible
when he got to the Dodgers at the deadline. But, like, there's still something there. He's 29 years old. Got time. We'll put it out there. If he does go somewhere, he might end up going to the same place as Max Fried. That could also be in the cards because they're both free agents.
So you're telling me that he's going to get re-signed by the Dodgers?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Or they're both going to go to the Mets?
Or Jack Flaherty got his ring and he just wants to go somewhere and pitch.
Like the Mets?
Like the Angels. Stay in L.A. Stay in L.A. Get your bag because they're going to pay the shit out of him. They do it every year. They find some guy to pay the fucking shit out of. I don't know. Does Mike Trout have fun?
Because he doesn't play like a lot, so
I guess he doesn't
at home.
Theoretically.
He just chills at home.
I think what I like out of this list that they gave us here, and I was not thinking this team, is the Cubs.
Yeah.
Adding another pitcher to that rotation when we're going into our second year of Shota Imanaga. We saw some good things out of a couple other pitchers in that rotation.
Kyle Hendricks is done. Like he
moved to the bullpen.
He does not need to pitch in the MLB anymore.
Nope, definitely not.
That was too slow.
Yeah, he's just way too old. I think the Cubs is my favorite landing spot for Jack Flaherty. He's the kind of free agent that I think the Red Sox could get.
Yeah. But I feel like if he goes to the Red Sox, his career's done.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
His career will die.
Yeah. Obviously, there's a number of other free agents. Maybe, if not a lot happen, I doubt we'll have like a ton of these top guys go in this first week next week. So we might go through a couple more guys that we didn't hit.
You want to talk about Profar?
Yeah, let's say Profar right now.
Okay. He was my combo that I wanted to go to Seattle.
Ooh, I like that.
Him and Bregman.
Him and Bregman in Seattle would be great.
Than going to get Juan Soto.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Get two really good players.
Yeah. Do they still have control over Justin Turner? Is he still there, or is he gone?
I think he signed a 1 year, so I think he's done.
Okay. Because that would be an interesting one as well.
He doesn't need to stay there. What did he lead the league in strikeouts last year?
I agree. I agree. He's not need to stay there.
What you looking at, champ?
What? 4th and 6 going for it on the opposing 44.
That's hard count.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way.
Flacco's just trying to fuck with him. So you can punt from further away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were hard trying to get him off sides because then they could have 4th and 1 and then could go for it easier. But, yeah, whatever. This game's still 7-7, but we're gonna shift over to college football week 10, and we'll start off with number 1 Oregon 38, Michigan 17. Look, we're not gonna talk too much about this game. Of course, Oregon put Michigan in the dirt. They suck. Michigan is so bad, like it's unbelievable. Can't run the ball, can't throw the ball well. Like it's just so bad. And Oregon stomps literally everybody. They're clearly, I believe, in this week's AP poll, they were unanimously voted first place, which is
Rigoberto.
Yeah, punting as much as Riley Dixon already. Touchback. Good thing I didn't start him.
Bad.
But yeah, good work by Oregon to get the win. Let's talk about a much crazier game. Florida 20, number 2 Georgia 34. World's largest outdoor cocktail party gets messy.
This game was so much fun to watch with Spencer. Like I had Nathan. Was it not entertaining to watch him just sit there and rip his fingernails off?
He was nervous, and Colin was not making it better by sitting 5 feet away. And every time Florida did anything, Colin's like, "Yeah, let's go."
Colin told me he was doing the chomp.
Sitting there chomping.
Better not show that chomp to a certain running back.
Yeah,
he'll slice your neck off. Apparently,
that's true.
Better watch out.
What?
Nate Frazier.
Yeah, Nate Frazier.
We watched him get flagged for it.
Yeah.
I was sitting next to you.
I think I was zoned out.
Oh yeah, he
got flagged for taunting because he did the chop and then sliced.
Yeah, can't do that. Okay, so yeah, this game was super weird. DJ Lagway got hurt early on. Aiden Warner, the true freshman, comes in. He was not very good.
He did his best. All right, there's no way in hell he thinks he's playing
best. 7 for 22 is his best.
Probably.
All right. All right.
He was a true freshman.
I know.
Going up against the number 2 team
not
in the
expecting
country.
to come in the game whatsoever. He looks like a douche.
He's a stick, bro. 6'3", 206.
Yeah, that's relatively small. They could run the ball, though. Florida was running the ball pretty well. 12 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown for Jacoby Jackson. Jaden Ball,
Listen,
17 carries, 64.
If DJ Lagway doesn't get hurt, Florida wins this game.
Maybe.
No, just the way the way they were controlling the line of scrimmage when
Carson Beck doesn't play in this game whatsoever. Georgia wins 40-0.
Oh, probably.
Carson Beck threw 3 picks in the first half.
No.
How do you not bench him after that? Like, they were warming up Rashada on the sidelines, which I don't know if it should be Rashada or Gunnar Stockton. I was having a conversation with somebody about this.
Probably Gunnar.
I think Gunnar may be the better quarterback right now, but I think they want to give Rashada the reps because there's a chance that he starts the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Whereas Stockton would probably only get 1 year. I think Stockton, because he didn't come into this game, I think Stockton should probably just pack his bags, start looking at places to go next year because he could start just about anywhere else.
Yeah.
What are we looking at, Nathan? Interceptions? They've thrown 11 interceptions this season through 9 games. Unbelievable. Unbelievably bad.
He's so bad.
Yeah.
And it's because he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's Hannah Cavender's fault.
Yeah.
I hate to do it to him.
The amount of people that are like
Yeah.
DMing her and everything is just like, come on, just wait till after the season, break up so he can throw for like 10 touchdowns in the game.
Well, and like, oh, go ahead.
What we were looking at is the fact that Georgia has 12 turnovers on offense, and 11 of them are Carson Beck interceptions.
Yeah.
And 1 is a fumble.
Really bad.
And there's a chance that's a Carson Beck fumble. I actually don't know.
Okay.
I think it actually might be a Carson Beck fumble.
Probably is. Tell me how this is the team that dominated Texas. How? Because this is not the offense that I saw against Texas, at least in the first half.
I mean, Carson Beck threw picks against Texas.
I know, but nobody was really doing much in the receiving game. Arian Smith had 2 good catches.
Dominic Lovett?
Yeah, Dominic Lovett, but like 7 receptions to get to 52 yards? That's crazy. I just don't think – I think Carson Beck just misses having a guy. He doesn't have a guy.
Brock Bowers not being there is
And Ladd McConkey.
hurting so bad.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Is that anyone's fault, or is that just none of these guys stepping up?
I think
that guy.
I think it's
Mike Bobo.
Yeah. I think Mike Bobo's not calling plays because last year Mike Bobo had it made. Okay, this play it's going to Brock Bowers. Okay, next play it's going to Ladd McConkey. All right, next one, Brock Bowers again, and then Brock Bowers 3 more times for a touchdown.
One of these guys though needs to step up and say, "Hey, throw me the fucking ball," or give them a reason.
It should be Arian Smith.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think he's the most talented out of the bunch. I think maybe you tried to find something, a little bit of a diamond in the rough with London Humphreys when he transferred him from Vanderbilt. He's clearly not been that guy at all.
What about Delp?
Delp should be,
two
but I
receptions?
think the problem with Delp is that he's not Brock Bowers.
No, but
Or
they
should Delp
want
be
him.
more of like your Alec Pierce, your random super deep, like send him on.
But
the
he's a
go
tight
route.
end.
Okay.
I just
Do you remember what Kyle Pitts did at Florida? Where
Yes,
he
I know.
Basically, was a just fat wide
Kyle
receiver?
Pitts is a way different tight end from Oscar Delp. Oscar Delp went to fucking West Forsyth High
Okay,
School.
sorry, Darnell Washington.
Sure,
We'll
but
keep
Darnell
it.
Washington was a much better blocker than Oscar Delp.
If you want a tight end to go
That's
deep, it
fucking-
should be Ben Urasek.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ben Urasek is actually pretty good.
That's your more receiving tight end where
Yeah.
Delp just needs to sit his ass on the line and block.
Also,
Does
we
Aaron
have
Smith
to.
just need to prove himself then?
I
Like,
guess.
Just say like, look, I can get open every play. Throw
Yeah,
the
he
fucking
need
ball.
one of these guys needs to go out there and just like have a big game. Nobody's having big
Yeah,
games. It's
I
the
think that's
same
what they
thing.
did
It's the
last
same thing I put it out for Clemson before this week. I talked about it on the college football show. Their leading receiver has like 234 yards, and then like everybody else has like 200 or high hundreds. Like there's like 5 guys. Nobody is the main guy for Cade Klubnik. He's still having a good year. Carson Beck's not.
17
I just
touchdowns, 11
and he
interceptions.
doesn't have nearly as consistent of a run game to rely on. Like, yes, Nate Frazier was great in this game. I don't want to take that away. 19 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown. But Trevor Etienne, I don't know if he was hurt, if he was just playing bad. I don't know what the deal is. He wasn't in. Branson Robinson's still hurt. They just don't have that same running game that they were able to rely on like last year. Because last year, you would get numbers out of McIntosh and out of Branson Robinson, Dylan Belt, not Dylan Belt, Nate Frazier. All those guys were putting up numbers last year, but it was consistent. These guys are not consistent whatsoever. I think it's a huge Mike Bobo problem, if I had to guess. And they have to figure that out at the end of the season. They really need to figure it out now, but Mike Bobo is a problem for the end of the season. Let's move on from this game, though. We're spending too much time on it. Talk about the biggest game of the week. Number 4, Ohio State takes down number 3, Penn State, 20-13.
Penn State should have won this game.
Penn State could have won this game if Drew Aller was 100%.
Yeah.
I will say
But
that.
I think I saw something. They were in the red zone 5 times and didn't score.
Yeah. Really bad.
Like,
Katron Allen, I think, was the biggest problem. 12 carries, 27 yards. This guy's been carrying you in the running game all season. Nothing out of him. Literally nothing. And Nicholas Singleton is another reason. He was another running back who's been very good this year. Nothing. Like, Quinshon Judkins and Travion Henderson actually looked pretty good. They looked like real running backs this week. Will Howard, ass, still. Him and Drew Aller both played pretty bad. Will Howard at least had the 2 passing touchdowns that made him look a little bit better, but that interception was horrible that he threw. Yeah, I didn't get to watch much of this game, but it was just brutal.
I didn't watch a single play of this game.
Yeah, like, nobody really stood out in this game at all. Like, Quinshon Judkins probably had the best game out of anybody in this entire game.
Yeah, pretty average day from Jeremiah Smith, too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like Penn State, I want to give Penn State their props. They did a good job of limiting the weapons that Ohio State has. They did a fantastic job, maybe better than anybody's done this year, including Oregon. Holding this Ohio State team to 20 points is impressive. It's just your offense couldn't get going either. I think the biggest thing was Ohio State did a great job stopping Katron Allen. That was kind of the first big thing. All right. We'll move on from this game. There's not much else to talk about. It's a big win for Ohio State. They got lucky to get out with that one. Duke 31, number 5, Miami 53.
This game's a lot closer than what it should have been.
And guess who said it would be?
You.
This guy on the college football show. You got to watch it every Thursday. I'm giving great picks for ones to watch, top matchups, picks, whatnot.
I will be honest, I did not watch the most recent one.
It's all good. It's all good. You can still go back and watch it.
I'll watch
it's a little
it.
outdated.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
It's a little outdated, but you can see all the things I got right.
Yeah.
Xavier Restrepo is a fucking dog, dude. 8 receptions, 146, 3 touchdowns. Obviously, we can't go without talking about his quarterback, Cam Ward. 25 for 41, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. He did throw 1 pick.
I think as of right now, he's the best quarterback in the draft.
He's also a little bit older. I believe he's 22, 23. I'm not necessarily sure. But I want to give Duke some credit. 22. And he'll turn 23 right after the draft.
It's not that old.
No, that's not that bad. It's the same age as Shooter. Yeah, he might be. I like him a lot. I think there is some parts that the pro scouts breaking him down. Like I use this term a lot. When he turns into a draft prospect from a college player to a draft prospect, I think he'll get a little bit knocked down from that. But what he's doing is amazing. Malik Murphy had a good day. The 3 interceptions are bad, obviously, but Duke came to play, man. They did. Like they had the lead going into halftime. Miami just thrashed them in the second half, outscoring them by it was 36-10 in that second half, which was just brutal. But Duke gave him a run, man. Manny Diaz gave it a try, and I would like to point out I talk shit a lot about Manny Diaz and his time at Miami. 2 less losses than Mario Cristobal. Same, 2 less or 1 less. Mario Cristobal's record is 2 games better, I believe, based on wins and losses. Through the same, I think they've coached the same amount of time. But yeah, shout out to Duke. They gave him a fight. They really did. It just continues to show me that Miami could lose. They could lose a game any week. What's the touchdown for Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, for Vikings to Naylor.
Vikings touchdown.
I will say Jetta's got him to the 1-yard line.
Mm.
Aaron Jones had 1 run for -1, and then they try to throw to Aaron Jones for a reception for -5 yards.
They're just trying to make me lose in fantasy.
Justin Jefferson has 7 receptions for 137 yards.
All right, I lost in fantasy. All right.
Oh,
let's
damn,
go
that means
to,
that means I won $10.50.
Nice.
Jetta does more than. Hey, What can you say, man?
You got money. All right. Kentucky 18, number 17, number 7 Tennessee
Kentucky
28.
was right there.
Man, they had it. They had them 10-7 at half. Tennessee came out, had a phenomenal second half.
Brock, you bum.
Nico showed up the second half. Dylan Sampson showed up like he always does. Dylan Sampson, 27 carries, 142, 2 touchdowns.
Might be the best running back in SEC.
Yes. I thought you were about to say college football. I was about to slow your roll there, buddy. We're
No.
still a Genty podcast, even though he's getting
That
stuff.
stat line is a bad Genty game.
Yeah, that's literally what people were talking shit about. Like, that's pretty much what he did this week, and people were talking shit.
Yeah, he just had
One
a
more
couple more
touchdown.
carries.
I thought, Genty had 31 carries?
Yeah, Genty had like 31 for like 120 something. Yeah, we're about to
Same
talk about him.
yards
But
and similar touchdowns.
yeah, Peyton Lewis also had a rushing touchdown. Kentucky, they were kind of doing their thing. Vandegrift, he's fine, whatever.
He's just
not
not
great.
a good quarterback.
Jamarian Wilcox, 17 carries, 102. Love him. I like him a lot. Miles Kitzelman, I believe is how you say that. I believe he's a tight end. That's a tight end ass name, and he looks like a tight end. Holy
It
shit!
says tight end right under his name.
I know. I'm just saying. Look at his picture. Yeah, 6'5", 256. Crazy. From Linden, Kansas.
Oh, wow.
6 receptions, 97 yards, a touchdown. Crazy game. Chaz Nimrod is an awesome name. Love that name so much. They've got a lot of good ass names. Holden Stays, Squirrel White, of course, the legend. We haven't done names in a while. Jamori Macklin. I know.
Yeah.
But
That's
there's
the thing. We've
so
done
many good
teams
ones.
so many times that
Might just have to take like 2 years off. Let a couple classes come in. No, we're not looking at FCS scores. That's not happening. All right, next game. Number 10, Texas A&M 20, South Carolina 44.
upset.
Holy shit. Marcel Reed, you did nothing.
Raheem Sanders, let me rephrase that, is better than Dylan Sampson.
He might be. Yeah.
There's no might he is.
I don't know.
There's no might
I
he
don't know.
is.
Raheem Sanders, very good. I'll give him a shot. Lenoris Sellers is such a great two-way quarterback. Sometimes.
He's been better ever since he started playing without his glasses.
That is true. Yeah, he's 13 for 27, so he might still need the glasses, but sometimes it works. 244, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He also ran for 106 yards on 15 carries, had a rushing touchdown. Raheem Sanders, 20 carries, 144 and 2 touchdowns. South Carolina just could not be stopped.
They look good.
Unbelievable stuff for South Carolina.
They've looked good. Like
Yeah. Joshua Simon in the receiving game, 4 receptions, 132, 2 touchdowns. Raheem Sanders had 5 receptions, 52 yards.
Like it's
92 yards, sorry.
I don't know how we beat them. We should have lost to them.
Yeah, you're very close. And once again, something I talked about on the college football show is that South Carolina has had some games, man. They've played some really close games. LSU as well as Alabama. And
Terry Buzzy.
it's definitely Bussy or Busey, but yeah,
Bussy.
it's not Bussy. What? Demetrius Knight Jr. That one does roll off the tongue well.
He's from Locust Grove, Georgia.
Yeah,
O'Donnell Fortune.
that one's also very good.
Nice.
Torian York. That one just
That's a boring ass name.
Solomon DeShields.
He's got wide eyes.
Wide or white?
Wide.
Gotcha.
Did you not see how far apart his eyes were?
I wasn't really.
Then click on him
I
again.
wasn't looking to bully this college athlete. Yeah, he does. He does have wide eyes. Wide-eyed person. E-Man Worry. Okay, enough. Yeah, South Carolina essentially just killed Texas A&M's playoff dreams unless they somehow still win the SEC. That's the way I see it. That loss was bad.
I don't know. Because what? They really only got like one more big game, and it's against Texas.
Yeah, which you definitely take a lot of the confidence out after that one. We'll move on, though. Unranked. Texas Tech takes down number 11, Iowa State. Close one. 23-22. You just passed right by it. I forgot. That's my bad. I forgot about it. I thought you were going to at least show me the score, but I already said it.
Iowa State, your chances are now out the window.
I would like to point this out. Matt Campbell, one of the best coaches at covering the spread in October. This game was on November 2nd. They lost. Yeah, just couldn't score in the second half. That was the biggest thing for Iowa State. So their playoff hopes still alive because they are still up there at the top of the Big 12. But we'll see what happens from here. Louisville, 33. Number 11, Clemson, 21. And it should have been a way bigger win for Louisville. They let Clemson creep in here at the end, but, man, this was an awesome game from Isaac Brown. I talked about it. I keep saying I talked about it on the college football show because I've talked about so many of these games. But the thing that I put out there was two things. It was for Louisville, Tyler Shuck and Ja'Cory Brooks and Isaac Brown, is there any magic left there? Is there something here still, even though they were down to 3 losses at this point? And on the Clemson side, will somebody step up in the receiving game? Cade Klubnik threw 33 completions. He threw 56 passes for 228. What does he even do? Like, what's the point?
It's a lot of check downs.
And then Phil Maffa had 30 carries. 171, 2 touchdowns. Phenomenal day. But 30 carries, they had the ball so much. Just between Klubnik and Maffa, that's, 86 plays?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's crazy. Who was the leading receiver for Clemson? 63 yards for TJ Moore. None of them can actually have a breakout game. I don't understand it. Everybody's just even.
Yeah.
They're all even. I really don't understand. Look, Antonio Williams finally started to pull away from somebody, but he really not that far ahead of Jake Briningstool, who's the tight end. TJ Moore, Bryant Wesco, both in the 300s. Troy Stellato in the 200. Nobody is the guy here. Just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, Clemson, I think they deserve to lose this game because they can't do anything big. Nothing big happens with this team. I don't get why. Their longest play of the day was 24 yards.
Yeah, how does that make the ACC standings look?
It definitely shakes things up because now Clemson has 2 losses. They have 1 loss in the conference. SMU's still undefeated in the conference. Miami's still undefeated in the conference and undefeated outright because Pitt lost, which we're also going to talk about.
Damn, where's Florida State, bro?
Last. Close to it, at least. Second to last. Cal is 0-7. We've also somehow played 8 conference games in 9 games, which is brutal.
Insane.
Yeah, we suck.
Also, Amari and Hampton ran all over you guys.
I know. That was going to happen. Yeah, I know.
Actually?
Yeah.
I saw you had 5 total touchdowns.
All right, real quick. Number 13, Indiana, 47. Michigan State, 10. Indiana, I literally think is a contender.
Yeah.
For the national championship. I'm not kidding. I love Curtis Rourke so much. Okay, we'll move on, though, because I'll have plenty more Indiana glazing to come. San Diego State 24, number 15, Boise State 56. I really just want to talk about how much they stacked the box against Ashton Jeanty because they literally just let Maddox Madsen have a day. 24 for 32, 307, 4 touchdowns for Maddox Madsen. Meanwhile, Ashton Jeanty still did his job considering literally 9 players were running at him every time he got the ball. 31 carries, 149, 2 touchdowns. Still a great day despite all the bullshit.
That's my Heisman winner right there.
Yeah, look, I know he's getting some flack, but it's dude, we're 8 games in, and he's had 2 bad games that would be amazing performances for any other running back in the country.
20 total touchdowns.
Yeah, unbelievable.
I saw people saying that San Diego State literally kept 8 guys in the box, and I just want to point out that Boise State's probably going to get this Group of 5 bid.
Oh yeah.
And they just showed that just because you can try to stop the run game doesn't mean they can't score.
Maddox Madsen is a competent quarterback.
Maddox Madsen might not be able to see over the lineman's legs, but 4 touchdowns, 307, and only 8 incompletions.
Yeah.
When you have the best running back in college football is kind of insane.
Okay.
All right, fine. I want to see Boise State versus Georgia.
Ashton Jeanty.
Look,
based on Georgia's defense, Ashton Jeanty might have.
They're going to play whoever's the 5 seed.
That could easily be Georgia.
It could be Georgia.
Oh, dude, could you first round Georgia gets upset by Boise State because Jeanty rushes for 5 touchdowns?
I'll tell you what we're heading towards.
Isn't there a chance they're not the 12th seed?
That's what I was actually about to say.
Because technically they don't have to be the 12th seed.
They don't have to be the 12th seed.
Just get the at-large, right?
Yes. I was actually about to ask you, can you do some research for us and see,
Yeah.
is there another Group of 5 team that makes it in if they finish ahead of 12? I need to know that part. Or is it just that one Group of 5 team has to make it, and so they automatically can get the lowest bid because they would be the lowest ranked team that make it in? I'm not sure how it works.
I think there just has to be one.
Okay. I think that would make the most sense to me as well. Because
But if they're ranked higher than 12, then
they would just get that spot.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is too. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I think that this shows like, look, Boise State doesn't really have much of a schedule to go through. They're gonna probably win out.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see the rest of their schedule real quick.
they'll be 7-1 with a loss to the number 1 team in the nation. A close loss to the number 1 team in the nation.
Nevada, that's dope.
Yeah, nobody is
San
giving
Jose
them
State,
anything.
probably going to win by like 50.
Yeah.
Wyoming, it's going to be close. Oregon State, it's a blowout.
Yeah, Oregon State sucks.
I think they're going to struggle with Wyoming.
Maybe. You never know.
That's going to be the hiccup for them. You know why? Because
Okay.
that's the game that people think they're going to dominate the most.
I think San Jose State is maybe more the game they would dominate, but I agree with you. They'll probably struggle with 1 or 2 of these games, but struggling for them means like they won by 20. Number 17, Kansas State. Their playoff hopes are dead. They lost to Houston,
Go Cougars.
19-24. So Kansas State's year over.
All right. Based on the wording of this, it says that the 5th conference champion will be seated where it was ranked or at number 12 if it is outside the top 12.
Okay, so that's what that means.
So they
Yeah.
won't take another group of 5
It'll just
champion.
be
They'll just
wherever they
take
are.
whoever the highest ranked conference champion from the group of 5 was.
And
if
they'll
they're
get
already
either
in the
their
top
own rank
12.
or number 12 if they're not in the top 12.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But they can only be as high as 5.
Oh, yeah, because they're unless
Nope.
they could be a higher ranked. They could be the higher ranked conference champion than like the Big 12 champion.
Doesn't matter.
Really?
They get seeded 5.
Are you sure?
Yes, that's what it says. It says non-conference champions ranked
No, it's the highest ranked conference
will be
champion,
at 5.
and then the next one would just get whatever seed. So like, let's say BYU.
If the ACC's really bad.
Well, yeah, if the ACC or the Big 12, I think the Big 12 probably more likely just because of Miami.
Yes.
But let's say the Big 12 just kind of flares out, and
Technically, Boise State could be 3 or 4.
yeah, Boise State could be 3 or 4, and Iowa State would just be wherever they're
The
ranked.
problem is they'll never
as the conference
rank
champion.
Ohio State at 3 or Boise State at 3 or 4.
No, they would never do
They
that.
just,
I know.
Boise State will probably end up being like 11 or 12.
Well,
still.
but the thing is, they don't have to be ranked at 3 or 4 to get 3 or 4. They just
That's
have to be
true.
ranked higher than Iowa
Higher
State
than
or
the
whoever
other
won the
teams
Big
that won
12.
their conference.
Yeah, so there is a world where they could sneak into one of those top 4 spots.
Yeah. They
It
could
probably
definitely-
won't happen.
I doubt they'll be 12.
Oh, yeah, I agree
saying
because
that.
there's a lot of teams that still have some big matchups that they
Yeah,
could lose.
they're most likely going to win out. Basically.
Yeah, and there's a lot of teams in the top 10 that could lose the conference championship game, which could be big too. Okay, last game I want to talk about, which is big for conference championship implications. We already talked about the ACC. Number 18 Pitt, who was previously undefeated, loses 48-25 to number 20 SMU. Who, look, I love the Stanks. Pony up. I love SMU. They're awesome. I've been rooting for them pretty much all year. Kevin Jennings, super fun to watch at quarterback. Brashard Smith is a star at running back. Love him. 23 carries, 161, 2 touchdowns for him this week. LJ Johnson had a rushing touchdown. Roderick Daniels Jr. had a rushing touchdown this game. This was just fantastic offense from SMU. After they went to overtime with Duke last week and turned the ball over 6 times, they showed up, had 2 guys almost go for 100. Matthew Hibner had 3 receptions, 108 and a touchdown. Keyshawn Smith had 3 receptions, 89 yards and a touchdown. I was talking about how Clemson couldn't make a big play. SMU showed up. They had a guy with an 80-yard catch. They had a guy with a 43-yard catch, 25. That's bigger than all the biggest plays of Clemson's game. SMU is phenomenal. And Pitt's not bad either. They just could not keep up with SMU's
They
offense.
couldn't run the ball.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I saw.
Yeah, Pitt could not run whatsoever. But yeah, it was just a bloodbath for SMU. I think they took that overtime win over Duke. I think they took that personally. They knew they shouldn't have been in that position. Now they got to prove it to everybody. That's exactly what they did with this win. I think this was a statement win. I know it's just a team that was ranked 2 spots ahead of them, but I think this was a huge win for SMU, especially just for morale.
Is SMU a dark horse to win the ACC?
They're not a dark horse. I think they're just there. I think they're just straight up in the conversation. With how much Miami will keep a team in a game, SMU will come out and just storm through that defense. This is a Pitt defense that looks pretty good this season, and SMU absolutely thrashed them. Who's to say they're not going to do the same thing against Miami's shit defense?
Yeah. There was just
Devon Celestine, fantastic name.
There's a wide receiver for the Mustangs. His first name's Moochie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Moochie
Yo, what? Moochie Dixon
Also,
is crazy.
in Sunday Night Football, they went back-to-back plays with picks. The
Fantastic.
Colts threw a pick, and then the first play for the Vikings, Darnold threw a pick.
Great work, guys. So yeah, pony up, SMU. We'll see you guys potentially in the college football playoff. Okay, speaking of the college football playoff,
Oh, is that now?
that is now.
That is now.
Yes. So
Congratulations.
the way that we'll be doing this, I think the best way to do it will be kind of predicting what it's going to look like at the end of the season based on what we've already seen.
Yeah.
Instead of being like, oh, well, this team's ranked the highest, so they're going to win their conference championship. We're not going to do it that way. So we're just going to go, we'll do our top 4, which is just going to be our 4 highest ranked conference champions. Then our 7 at-large bids. Then the group of 5 bid. Then our first 4 out. And I know, Boise State could end up being higher and getting one of the spots higher, but whatever. We can also talk about like our first 4 out of the playoff as well. So let's start top 4 in ranking order conference champions.
Number 1, like that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oregon.
Okay, I've got Oregon as well, number 1.
Number 2. Oh, this is.
The SEC is a mess, but I think they'll be the second highest ranked, whoever wins it.
I think Miami will.
Okay, I think SMU is going to upset Miami in the championship.
I got Miami winning.
Okay, I've got Georgia winning the conference and staying at
Really?
number 2. Yeah,
Even with how bad Carson Beck has looked.
I know, but the thing is like, okay, play Texas again. I think Georgia probably wins again.
See, as much as like I want to do it, and I want to say my team will prevail in the end, we're not going to, and I'm going with Texas.
Okay. Also, if they played if Georgia played A&M, A&M's getting smacked. I've got BYU at 3.
That BYU's my 4.
Yeah, I like BYU a lot. And then I have SMU at 4.
What?
Oh yeah, who is your 3?
What'd I say?
You had Oregon.
I
You had
had Texas as my
Miami.
3.
Oh yeah, you had Texas. Sorry. So I had you had Oregon, Texas. No, Oregon, Miami, Texas, and then BYU. Okay, now let's go through our at-large guys. So the 5 through 11. I'll go ahead and just list all mine off. I have Miami here because I think they'll be undefeated. They'll probably be like number 2 potentially in the nation, and then they'll lose to SMU. I think that just brings them down to 5. Indiana would be my next team because I think they'll lose close to Oregon, but they'll beat Ohio State in the regular season. I then have Texas. Then I have Ohio State. Then I have Notre Dame because I think they're going to win out. I have Tennessee because they'll have lost to Georgia, but I think they'll stick around up top. And then I have Penn State coming in at 11.
Okay.
Just because Penn State kind of lucks out. They lost to Ohio State. They're probably going to win out and then not play in the Big Ten championship game.
That's fair. All right,
I probably flip Tennessee and Penn State, actually. But, Nathan, if you're typing this down, put Tennessee at 10, Penn State at 11.
5, I'm probably going to take Georgia.
Okay.
6, I'm going to take Ohio State. 7, I'll take Notre Dame at 7.
Okay.
8, give me SMU. 9, oh, man.
It's tough. That's why I wrote it down. It's a lot easier
Yeah,
when you're not thinking of it in your head.
I should have wrote it down. What am I, 9?
Yeah. It's hard to visualize what teams are up there.
Yeah, scroll down a little bit, Nathan. Just
Teams-
so I can-
What teams is he not named that are kind of floating around the top? You haven't named Penn State.
Texas is my
Texas is
winner.
a conference champion.
We'll throw Indiana in there.
Okay.
We'll throw Indiana in there. So then 10 I got Alabama. And 11 I'll take.
It's so tough. It really is.
There's no way another SEC team can make it.
They could.
Yeah, but I think Tennessee's gonna lose again.
Well, they're going to lose to Georgia, probably.
And I mean after Georgia.
Oh, okay. What does Tennessee's schedule
I
look
think they're
like?
gonna lose to Vandy.
Ooh, interesting. I don't know if it'll show you one. They might have one on there.
Have I said Penn State yet?
Yeah.
I think 7 I said Notre Dame.
Okay.
Then I'll rock with Penn State.
Okay. I think next week we'll write these down.
Yeah, I'll write
Okay.
mine down next
Cool.
week.
Yeah, Nathan. Yeah, go ahead and put them up so we can kind of do an overall. Oh, yeah. My G5 is obviously Boise State. Go ahead and put Boise State at 10 for me, though.
Dude, I wanted to put Boise at like.
Just say that they're going to be number 10.
I wanted to
Just
put them inside the
Denote
top
that.
10.
Nah, just denote that part.
You know, I think there's gonna be so many like losses.
Yeah.
I wanted to put them inside the top 10.
Nathan, for the structure of this, actually, what you should do is just have like a different section that says Group of 5 bid, but you can put Boise State into the ranking wherever we want them. But that obviously doesn't need to happen right now. Yeah, this is just so we can see it. So, our conference champions, I've got Oregon, Georgia, BYU, SMU. Colin's got Oregon, Miami, Texas, BYU. Then our at-large bids, I have Miami, Indiana, Texas, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Penn State, Tennessee. Colin has Georgia, Ohio State, Notre Dame, SMU, Indiana, Alabama, Penn State. And then we both have Boise State as our Group of 5 bid.
Switch. Nah, actually, we're chilling.
I want Miami to move down and everybody to shift up. I know that's annoying. I want them down between Ohio State and Notre Dame. You can do that later. It doesn't matter. So I actually have Miami at 8, for those that are wondering.
Just be
And
thankful I didn't say
everybody should.
Alabama to win the SEC.
Okay, let's talk first 4 out. First 4 teams out. Who are we think? I think Alabama, Ole Miss, Clemson, Iowa State. I think Iowa State will probably win out from here and then
Yeah,
lose
they'll
in the
lose
conference
the
champion.
Big
So there'll be
12.
2 losses, but they'll obviously still be in that championship game.
Yeah, I like that. Except for Bama will be in.
Also, I would like to put this one out there. Don't sleep on Colorado to potentially just win the Big 12 and show up.
If they make the playoff, bro, that
Dude, I
pisses
know
me
it
off
sucks, but
so
it's like
much.
they are
And then they make a run.
third. I think they're third in the Big 12 right now.
And then they make a run and then
Yeah.
like, win the national championship.
They're not going to win the national championship, but
I don't
don't
want.
sleep on them to potentially make it in as a high seed because they could win the Big 12.
I don't want Dion on that platform.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't want him in the playoff.
Why?
It's just. It's.
I think he's entertaining.
It's.
Oh, they'd get first rounder for sure.
It's getting a little annoying. Just Dion this.
I think
Dion
what's
that,
well,
Colorado.
the more annoying thing is why are we bringing Shador Sanders along for the ride with Travis Hunter?
Yeah. It's the
What's up
Travis
with
Hunter
that?
show.
Why was Travis Hunter holding that flag at College Game Day that said Heisman, and it was him and Shador Sanders? I hate that. I know Shador has great stats. You spelled his name wrong. You only spelled the first 4 letters. It's SHE. D-E. Yeah. He's got great stats. I'm not going to deny that at all.
I hate him as a human being.
Okay, well, that's fucked up. But, yeah, look, he's got great stats. He's probably going to throw for a career high in interceptions this year. I'm not a fan of him, at least when it comes to projecting to the pro level. Sure, he can win some games against some Big 12 defenses that suck dick. But put him up against Georgia, he'll have a worse game than Carson Beck.
Yeah, let's see Mel. I would hate to watch that game. Between
Oh.
Sanders and Carson Beck.
Oh, gross, dude. That sounds horrendous. That might be as bad as like DJ Wongolele versus anybody. Negative 50 rush yards against Kansas State's crazy. Okay, enough bullying Shedeur Sanders. That is our college football playoff rankings. Let's talk beer bets. Colin, you won again. You're now I'm now up 4. You won picking Ohio State and Baylor. Baylor TCU came all the way down to the end. Big time. Close one. I had SMU. Good call on me.
And then
But
Ohio State and Penn State was very close.
yeah, that one was also a close game. So you take back another one on me. I'm up 4.
Ooh.
So I will be giving myself the advantage this time for losing. I've lost 2 weeks in a row.
We got to play a game.
Are we doing that now?
Yeah, we got to play a game.
We got to play a
We've been
game.
playing a game like every week.
No, half the time it's just like, oh, I'll let you take the advantage side.
That was like once.
I think it was 3 weeks in a row.
No, it was
I'm
not.
pretty sure.
No,
I think it
you
was.
guys tell us. Go back and
2 weeks.
re-listen those episodes. and
All
just let
right.
us know.
Our
What are we
game is
doing?
actually a weird NFL stat. I need you guys to get as close as you can to how many total penalty yards there have been in the NFL
This season?
this season. I found it
Grayson, you go first.
on NFLpenalties.com.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
You go first. You've won 2 weeks in a row. No, you've won 2 weeks in a row. You're going first.
I don't think either of you will be close, so it's really going to come down to who guesses.
That's
I don't
what I'm
even.
saying.
I don't even like know like where to start thinking.
Think about how many penalty yards a team can get in a game. Think about
It's
the fact that
infinite.
there's like 16,
Can we get like
14
a
to 16
hint?
games every week.
Sure, there's been 1,700 flags thrown that weren't offsetting or anything.
Holy shit.
Good luck.
That's 1,700?
1,773 to be exact. If one of you guys can tell me exactly which team has had the most penalties called against them, you win instantly.
Oh, I kind of just want to try that.
Well, yeah, we'll both give one out. You go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's fine.
Most penalty. Cowboys.
Grayson,
The Bucks.
now I'm going to let you guys make your guess, and I'll tell you if one of you got it.
Damn, fuck you. Okay, we'll just do
Um,
it first.
28,000.
Grayson, higher or lower than 28,000 is basically where you...
Yeah.
I just don't know like where to like even start thinking about that.
That's why I thought it would be funny to do this.
I was sitting here trying to like do math in my head, and I'm like,
The problem is like you have like defensive pass interference, which is a
ton of yards.
so,
Yeah.
like, it could be 50 yards.
Yeah.
Like it could be insane.
I'm going to go with 27,999.
under.
Grayson was close.
Let's go. Okay.
You were double the amount. It's actually
I'd-
14,200.
My initial guess
Yeah.
was gonna be.
I figured that-
17,000.
That would have been good.
a lot of them are not going to be 5-yard, 10-yard
did somebody
penalties. Or
guess the
10-yard
team?
penalties. It's going to be a lot of 5-yard
No, no one
penalties.
guessed the team.
No, you did not.
Ah.
It was Seattle.
Oh,
Oh,
that makes a lot of sense.
They have
Yeah.
been called 75 times.
Holy fuck.
Next closest is the Jets with 72.
Jesus. Okay.
You guys know
So,
which team has the most called against the other team they're playing?
Falcons.
That would be the Bills.
Oh.
72 flags called against the Bills' opponents this year.
Wow.
And only 57 against them.
All right, Nathan.
This
Scroll
website's
down.
Sick. I can see pre-snap count
Scroll
flags
down.
and everything.
Damn.
You don't want Bowling Green? sitting on the
No,
machine?
no,
You
no,
want
no,
Iowa
no.
Kent State at Dick's Stadium?
No.
I know you want Ohio State, Purdue,
Kind of.
or Texas, Florida.
Georgia Ole Miss?
I feel like we got to do that.
It's up to you. You got the first pick.
We'll do Georgia Ole Miss.
Give me the dogs. Lane Kiffin can't rise to the occasion.
I'll take the Rebels.
Well, you
I-
have to.
We didn't even talk about
Hi,
the Ole
Toddy.
Miss receiver.
Oh yeah,
who had 5 touchdowns.
yeah.
3 touchdowns over 60
The
yards.
game was a
Yeah.
beatdown.
Me and Colin did his calculations of his fantasy points in our league.
It'd be like
Yeah.
84.
It was about 84.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys, what was a worse pick of mine this year on the college football show? Arkansas +7 against Ole Miss,
Pretty bad.
or Oklahoma money line against South Carolina?
Arkansas plus
Probably
7.
Arkansas.
Oklahoma lost by like 25, and I took the money line against South Carolina.
Yeah, but Ole Miss won
Yeah.
by like 30, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Which is about the same difference because
All right,
Yeah, I
Grayson.
guess
plus
it's about
7,
the
yeah.
same.
All right.
Ooh, Colorado, Texas Tech could be interesting.
Oh, it could be interesting.
You don't work.
Vanderbilt, South Carolina could be
I
interesting.
was thinking about that one.
Don't pick this one.
I'm not. That was never gonna happen.
Do we do Alabama, LSU?
Yeah, I'll pick that one. So you can take Bama.
I don't know if I want to take Bama. It's a night game in Baton Rouge.
It's up to you, man.
I gotta take Alabama.
Yes. Go Tigers.
Just because I can't
Yeah.
I can't take LSU and have to root for them against my team.
You don't have to root for them at all. I don't pay attention to the beer bet. I look at the beer bets when you get to my house on Sundays.
All right, next
Vandy,
game,
South Carolina.
dude. It's either Vandy, South Carolina,
Duke,
or
NC
Colorado,
State.
Texas Tech. It's one of those two.
Dude, I
Duke,
think
NC
you do a
State's good.
goofy ass one.
No, dude, we're getting like some really
Army
good
versus
games
North
right now.
Texas. North Texas got
You
a hell of an
UAB,
offense.
UConn, and Navy, South Florida. The 2
Dude.
running quarterbacks.
I would have gladly taken Army versus North Texas if I had the choice. I just want to watch that game.
Over under 63.5.
Love Chandler Morris.
Why is the over/under only 47.5 in this game?
Because both
Because
offenses
Florida's
kinda
not
suck.
scoring. So Texas is going to win 47-0.
New Mexico, San Diego State, 67.5 over under.
Jesus.
Oh man,
UCLA, Iowa.
Grayson, between the two, which one would you rather have?
Which ones?
The Vandy, South Carolina, or
Vandy, South Carolina is much better.
than Colorado, Texas Tech?
I think it's going to be closer.
So we're doing 3 SEC matchups.
Fuck it, man.
You don't want to do Kennesaw State, UTEP?
Nah,
No. We're going to get smoked.
All
It's
right.
only 3.5.
Don't care. We're getting smoked.
Who are you taking, Gray?
Give me Lenora Sellers.
Oh,
Give me South Carolina. Go Cox.
Wow, Colin has to root for Vandy. This is funny.
That's fine.
Go Cox. Beamer ball. Okay.
Best of luck to you.
Thanks, man. Best of luck to you as well. Okay. He didn't close his hand on the handshake. That was weird. That was like the most odd feeling thing ever. You just had your hand was just stiff as a board, and I was like squeezing it. That was weird.
Yo, enough of that gay shit, bro.
Okay. Well, we've clearly overstayed our welcome if we're getting to this point.
I'm so tired.
So, look, guys, I want to thank everybody again for helping us get to 2 years of Second and Short.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate everybody. You guys are definitely a big part of that. You and Nathan.
More me.
Got a lot of stuff coming up, so very excited for that. I believe either Tuesday or Wednesday. I haven't gotten full confirmation from one Luke Morozic, but believe we will have a Premier League Team of the Month video coming out this week for you guys to look out for. We've also got College Football Show coming out on Thursday, as per usual. And, of course, you can come back right here for the podcast on Friday with me and Luke. Be back here next week with me and Colin. Obviously, make sure you're subscribed here on YouTube. You turn on those post notifications so you know whenever anything gets uploaded here. Obviously, you got to follow us on Instagram. Stay up to date with everything we've got going on at Second and Short. And join the Second and Short subreddit, r/2ndand short. Colin, you know what time it is.
Yep. No live draft special.
Didn't want to talk about that yet.
I'm just fucking with you.
Okay. That's not necessarily true.
Nathan's over there with the
Putting that
biggest
point
grin
out.
on his face right now.
I'm just
Things
letting
will
everybody know.
need to be
There will be
organized. Let's
A
just
lot of conversations being had.
Oh, all right. Here we go.
we're acting
3,
like that's not like 6 months away. Too.
3,
Still need the conversation.
2, 1. We have Pine cone, one word.
Okay. Yeah. It is one word.
We have snow.
Okay, we're getting winter themed for sure.
We have syrup.
Yep.
Oh yeah, very winter.
And we have towel.
This sounds like one of those like it's like a very white female made a TikTok like showing off her winter decor for her home.
Yes.
You see
With
like
her winter towels.
yeah,
with the
winter
pine cones on
towels,
it.
pine cone. Like there's probably some festive pine cones around. There's some fake snow all over the place. You've got the fucking little like cup for their syrup on the table next to like a stack of fake pancakes or something. I don't know.
The Japanese like thick.
Yeah, the Japanese souffle pancakes that are like fucking 3 inches
Or is he
thick.
thinking about Swinter from Phineas and Ferb?
He could be thinking about
He's
something, but there's not much summer involved in those.
Towel. Beach.
Yeah, I guess.
Listen up, people of the beach, yeah.
Shut up.
It's growth in my pants.
Was there?
There's literally no theme.
Okay.
We
yeah,
started talking about winter, so he had to say
I think-
towel to throw us off.
That's fair. It's got to be winter.
It's gotta
Winter
be.
theme.
It's
I think it's
I
like
like-
winter
I like your
decor.
story. I
Yeah.
like
yeah, it's gotta
story.
be some TikTok lady
Yeah.
filming a TikTok of her or her winter
Yeah.
decor.
She does like a TikTok like switching my house over from spooky season to snowy season or something would be like the
Yeah,
opening
and it,
part.
And
yeah.
it doesn't. She doesn't talk at all though. It's the AI
Yeah.
voice, and it's
Yeah.
like, bells is the song or the sound
Yeah.
that's playing the whole time.
Yeah,
It's
or
some sort
like
of bells.
Jingle Bell instrumental. Jingle
That's
Bell's
exactly what it
instrumental.
is. I don't
Yeah.
know if anyone's heard, but Colin has.
I don't
ripped a
think
hole
the
in
mics
his
pick
chair.
it up. I don't think they do.
They have sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
just
probably why
saying.
his chair kept dropping. It was like,
Yeah.
please get out.
I'm sick.
Please leave
I'm
me alone.
sorry.
Your
Okay.
chair is sick of it. Too.
All right. We've been here far too long. We're getting out of here. We'll see you guys later. Make sure you check out everything we've got going on this week. See you guys later. Peace.